What's up, everyone? How y'all doing? I know it's been a while. I know it's been a while. Yeah, I've been so busy with work and everything. I got lucky today, so I was off Saturday and Sunday. I'm gonna be off, but I go back to work on Monday. So I just wanted to have a open stream. What's going on? I know it's Saturday. Some people are probably gonna be partying, chilling, but I just wanted to have like an open panel, see what's up. Maybe some of y'all out there are bored. Yeah, you got nothing to do. So I have some entertainment ready for y'all. So stay tuned until somebody shows up. So you guys enjoy. All right, peace. Stay in a few seconds. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna share a screen, share some music video. Hopefully YouTube won't flag it. I hope you guys enjoyed that that last video. So let's see. I saw the lose comment. Yeah, I was sleeping. Like I was so tired. I slept for like 12 hours, and then when I woke up, I caught on. Was it the stream that Heisen had? I call it. It was very interesting. I was a man. I'm like, I missed it. And I saw brother Lawrence was there, so I guess the video was still processing. I couldn't see the chat replay, but I saw Eisen and you guys were they were having conversation back and forth. So I was a man that I missed all the good stuff. So yeah, I guess Sundays all day. I went to sleep. I didn't come up. So Eisen took it over, and it was very good. I really enjoyed it. So what I usually try to do is, if I miss any shows, I'll catch it up when I'm driving, and that's why I usually prefer to catch the. I don't know if I'm too loud, but I saw the little circle on my end. I'm like, whoa, it's glowing. I'm like, hopefully my voice is too loud for you guys. But yeah, what happened was I I usually catch up on replays during the week whenever I'm not listening to third shift. So uh, that's one thing I appreciate about you know watching it live because I'm there. Oh, you missed my herbal? Yeah, the herbal it was 1 hour, and I was more like straight to the point. I was just basically showing which herb you should have before winter because right now we're in August and we have September, October, November. So you got 3 months to go, 3 to 4 months to go, and just have things ready. And a lot of things have been happening. I know some people were like, "Man, we miss your chill space, the accent sphere." I know, man. Like I hear your voices. I hear people like, "Man, we need an escape. We need an escape from the manosphere." Hold on, from the manosphere. Manosphere. Yeah, Warner, what's up, man? Yeah, I caught. Oh yeah, I did. I'm still not done. Wow, I was like, man, why do I always miss all the good stuff? Like, why? Hey, Total War, what's up, man? Peace, bro. Welcome to the show. Yeah, I guess I missed your. Was it the fourth core? Uh was it the fourth? Was it fourth? Uh, Shoot, I keep forgetting the name. Fourth quarter. Yeah, yeah, I missed too. Today, I guess because yeah. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Can you guys hear me? Hold on, hold on. Wasn't. Man, we have so many characters. Hold on. Yeah, Folk Talk Radio. Yeah, man. Hey, you guys get into it, man. Like, uh, oh, hold on. Yeah. I keep getting some stupid notification about George Soros or whatever. I don't want to hear about that guy. Yeah, Oscar. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I mean, you guys need to listen to Kuda, man. Like, get you stuff, start streaming and stuff like that, man. Like, I'm talking to some of the people that I know. They're working from home. uh you know some are making good money working from home, like the job is easy, you just computer, you can relax, whatever. So I mean, working from home, it's gonna be the future, man. I mean, think about it, a lot of people are complaining about jobs, unemployment. Wait till winter gets here, man. A lot of people gonna be stuck in the house. Let me drop the links. Whoever wants to come in, you're welcome to. It. I mean, it's was an open panel, so anyone's welcome. I just don't want any drunk person. Uh, let's see. Oh, what's up, Mela? Welcome to the building. Hey, I see everybody coming in. Hey, I noticed there's not any quote unquote stream going on right now, so I guess I'm starting the third shift before the third shift. So everybody's welcome. I was like, I know you guys, haven't heard this voice, professionally done with my Zoom 6 or was it Zoom H6 mic or with a Roland voice changer. So I was like, hey, I just came back. I went out, went to see the family, and oh, speaking about going out, me and my father were just talking about, stuff, history, and all that. Something my dad told me, like it was kind of hard for me to believe because I do a lot of reading and stuff, but it kind of made sense. Now, when you look up my tribe, this is the information they have in history. They say our particular tribe from the Congo, they say when the Europeans discovered them or whatever, when they were, studying them, they say of all the tribes in what we call the Congo right now, they say this tribe, they were master of making weapons. So of all the tribes who were making weapons, our tribe was known as the master weapon makers, right? But in the weapons, they'll talk about spear, arrows, uh, other stuff, right? Shields, etc. But in the books and history books or geography books that they mention our tribe, they never mentions gunpowder and guns. My father literally told me, said that they had guns already before the Europeans came to the Congo. I was like, what? I couldn't believe my father. My father's like, no. He said they'll get metals, they'll melt them, the old school with the pot, clay, the clay, the fire, the old school way. They'll melt it, make it into, like a gun. And then they'll melt it till it's red, get soft. They start chopping it, changing the size and everything. And my dad he said he remember even his grandfather, right? He said his father taught him how to make guns. So, and back in the village, they were selling gunpowder. I was like, wait a minute. But I thought in history they told us gunpowder came from China, right? And so the question is, wait a minute. How in the hell are you gonna have people in the dark side of Africa, in the heart of Africa, making guns and gunpowder without any relations to the Chinese? I was like, what's up with that? Right? I was like, what? But see, because in the African custom, most of our knowledge is passed down from word of mouth. So there is no book. People say, well, what is the proof? Where's the information? It's word of mouth. It's something they were doing already. So I was like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that my ancestors were making guns and gunpowder without any connection to the Europeans? My father said, yeah. He said they were doing it. He said they were even making bullets. So he's like, do you really think the Europeans would have given the quote unquote black man the knowledge of how to make guns to go against them? Hell no. So how in the hell they had the knowledge of making weaponry to make guns with gunpowder? He's like, I grew up, families going into the wild to kill, deers, antelope, stuff like that. He said they weren't using spears and arrows like they show on movie. They were using a gun. And I was like, what? I couldn't believe. And this is the thing. Sometimes what's this says what? Truth is stranger than fiction. Who can imagine the Africans had the gunpowder without any connection to the Chinese? Because a lot of people see they're gonna be, oh, books. I read. There is no books about it. It was word of mouth. So I can't give you an actual book to prove my point. Why? Because it's a knowledge that's been passed down from father to son. So even I was fighting my dad because I'm like, that's no way. I'm like, that's not what history. And my daddy said, I know it's not in history, but I'm telling you, they had gunpowder Before I was born, before my grandfather was born, before his father was born, they were already making guns. I was like, what? Man, that was an epiphany to me. I was like, man, like all afternoon, I was just thinking, I'm like, what else did they not tell us? Because one thing you have to understand also, many of the wise in Africa, they keep silent on certain information. I think it's a bad habit of our elders. They tend to keep secrets. They don't. They only give it to certain people. I mean, I can understand why. You know what's the saying? Do not cast pearls upon swine, because some people you give them the knowledge, they're not gonna value it. I mean, we already see it over here in this sector of the manosphere. But guys, think about this. The well, I'm speaking of the Congo. The Portuguese, they set in the east, I mean the west side of the Congo, but the shores in late 1500s. And some of the books that I have, even when the Europeans were uh, interacting with certain tribes, they weren't going into the hearts of the Congo, or they were mostly on the west side, like Gabon, the or the Congo, like basically they were on the coast side, like Angola. They weren't going deep into the forest. Like in one book that I have, it's in French. They said some of the missionaries they travel from the coast of Africa. They travel like 300 to 400 miles towards the west. So that's still far away. That's still there's still hundreds of miles, even going deep inside. So they were always on the coastline for a few centuries until the was it it's Berlin or the Geneva Convention, where when the European Union they decided to split Africa, and in 1885, and Belgium basically picked Congo to uh, to basically make it their colony. And my father is saying that his great grandfather in the village in the north, was it in the north of Congo, basically the region that's neighbor with Central Republic. It's a country north of the Congo. If you look in the map, it's gonna be called Central African Republic. They were already making gunpowder and guns. Like like the old school shotgun thingy. Yeah, my dad is yeah, that's what they were making. And they'll cut like certain wood trees and attach it to give it the same way how you look at a gun. They were already, I was like, how is that even possible? He said, yeah. He said, our ancestors were smart. He said, don't let what they tell you. And here's another knowledge. Now, I hear a lot of people when they talk about it, they say, oh, well, what is to prove that ships sail here? Because based on what they show us, it's impossible for those boats to, to get as far as America doing all those rides. Check this out. They mentioned they say when the Europeans were coming into the to Africa, because we have the Congo River. They study how we made our boats, how we were able to float in a river, especially a high current river. How they were the fishermen were maneuvering. They said the Europeans took that knowledge and they took it to Europe, and that's how they were able to basically improve their boats. Basically, that's what they were doing. People don't understand what they do. They'll send missionaries, they'll send spies. They're gonna come, study, listen to you're gonna have people who study the language. You're gonna have people who are gonna study the religion. You're gonna have people who are gonna study the judicial system. You're gonna have people who are gonna study the customs. They basically were studying, like, they come there nice, like, we come in good terms. Hola, ¿cómo estás? But they were studying. And in one of the information, it's a French book. The guy was basically he said, how in the hell are you gonna have these primitive people having this kind of knowledge? And what they do is they'll take that knowledge, take it back to Europe, and they improve. So, or sometimes let's say, they're sailing in a boat and they'll be like, oh, how did you make this? They'll be like, oh, okay, this is how you make the boat this way. They'll be like, oh, okay. And then they'll take that knowledge and give it to the boat makers. They'll be like, oh, look at these Negroes. They have this knowledge. Maybe you can use this and make our boats better. And that's how it's like an exchange of information, but without any credits. So I was like, wait a minute, maybe that's why the boats improved after a few years and centuries between the interaction between Africa and Americas. And I see the whole thing is because we Africans, we we had records, but some of the records got destroyed. So there was a system, and even my grandpa was saying, say we had oral system and writing system. The reason why the elders they never depended on the writing system, you can lose the writing, it can be destroyed, but the knowledge in your brain stays with you forever. So they will teach the young from the young age. That's why even King Leopold, when he was sending the missionary, he told him, he said, train the children to obey and hear your voice and to not hear their parents. That's why even in Africa there is a disconnection from the older generation. Why? Because of the European influence, many Africans give value to Western education than traditional education. So the brainwashing worked over there too. Like you see people, oh, I'm a PhD, I'm a master, I'm a this. But you ask them, who is your great grandfather? Oh, I don't remember. Now, me, for an example, because me, I always love history, I love information. That's why I was able to gain the information about my tribe and to learn the name of my great great ancestor, Bangala Fumba. And it's funny because his name is the makeup of my tribe. And with the new information I'm finding out, that name goes all the way to the name Ngala or Bangala, Ngalila, Galile. I'm telling you, like, it's like all it all coming back full circle. So me, I get excited because it's my passion. But some people, the majority of people, they don't care. They don't care about this kind of information. They've been brainwashed with society, modern society. They go to school and all that. So they're not gonna have passion about certain things. So when I talk about certain things, people, oh, fasting is Congolese, but guess what? I'm unique. Not many Congolese are like me. There's millions of us, but there's nobody out there who's gonna have this mindset like me. There's not a lot of us like this who's gonna actually want to hunt down or try to talk to the elders. And me, when I was growing up, I love talking to old people and ask them questions and stuff like that. Even when I'll talk to uh, my grandfather and even my mom, when she tell some of the stories they were telling them, my my grandpa, he even gave an example. He said uh, that on Saturdays there was no work, there was nothing. Meaning they were practicing a sort of Sabbath where everybody was chilling, even the king, they were chilling. They wasn't really doing anything, no activities. And I was like, that's interesting. But they say all of that changed when the Europeans brought in Catholicism. So I was saying, sometimes some of the information, like there's so many information that I've been studying, researching, and I'm like, there's certain information. If you get it all at once, it will blow your mind. It's gonna be too much. Like you could get a seizure because it's gonna be like downloading all this information into your brain, and your brain just getting it because it's just too much to take. And to me, I'm still thinking about we had gunpowder in Africa. I'm like, what? Wow. I mean, just take the map of Africa, look at the Congo, look at where you see like a green part, like the equatorial area, the jungle. It's literally a jungle, forest, in the middle of darkness. They had gunpowder with no relation to the Chinese whatsoever. How? How is that possible? Where did they get that knowledge? That's the question I asked my dad. I'm like, how did they get that question? I mean, how did they get that knowledge of making guns and gunpowder? But then they tell us in history, according to the records, that the Chinese were the first one to invent gunpowder. And my dad even was telling me, he said that even herbs in over there in a village that they learn, like like when people hunters go hunting, right? You get it gets dirty with blood and everything. So if they want to wash their hands, guess what? They get herbs that creates foam like soap. And my dad say the soap, the foaming that comes from those leaves works better than the soap that we use, like the genetically modified soap. He's saying nature has soap. There are herbs that give you soap. You can wash your hand, and they say that's how they were using. That's how our ancestors were washing their clothes. They didn't have the technology or the knowledge of making soap from like chemicals and acid and all that. They were using those leaves. And my dad say like they'll use those soap to wash white clothes, and the clothes will be pure white, like bleached, but it's nature. So I was like, what? Nature has soap? I'm like, and that's what I told my dad. I'm saying, see, this is why we gotta know this kind of stuff, because if you pass on, I will have no idea. This knowledge is just gonna go away because we were talking about this, we are talking about something else, and he's telling me all this. My grandpa passed away 3 years ago, so he would have told me more because he used to be a hunter too. And I'm like, wow. Now, to me, this I say, for fathers out there, fathers, you have no idea how powerful your knowledge is. Start giving the knowledge you have, you know, using wisdom to your children when they're young, so they will never forget it. That's why I even remember when I was little, like at night, the whole thing about family. Um, I had a show about was it abortion, right? And I talked about food. Dinner is a sacrifice. It's a ritual. There was the main reason why family came together was to pass down knowledge. You see those videos where they show you Africans sitting around the table, but here in America they make it more like going to a picnic to the forest and sitting around the fire. The Native Americans were practicing it here late at night, dinner time, quote unquote, right? The chief is sitting with the people, they're talking, telling stories, laughing, making jokes, and that's when knowledge gets passed on. Because before you go to sleep, what did they say? Study before you go to sleep. Why? The knowledge stays in your mind. That's how it goes quickly into your subconscious. So our ancestors were really practicing certain habits, but it was spiritual. So now I'm like, that's why the whole dinner thing is being destroyed in the West. Everything fast food. There's no more family time. That's what the Bible says. Babylon is fallen, is fallen. Why? The Most High, in order to destroy, he has to destroy the foundation of a nation, which is family. Without families, a nation will not stand. And that's what's happening to Babylon right now. We can't, and the Bible, this is what the Bible says, you can't save her. He say, we will have healed Babylon. We could have healed Babylon, but she won't be healed. She can't be healed. Why? Because her foundation is destroyed. So this whole thing, when we talk about in the ministry area about family, BFF and all that stuff, we're witnessing the result of the falling of Babylon. There is no going back. There is no make America great again. There is none. And it all comes down full circle. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, that's why the ancestors, they emphasize family. Like, it wasn't like they didn't, I know in Congo, they don't call it dinner time or family time, but it was like when it comes night, everybody comes, you were chilling, making jokes, talking together, family time, right? But we didn't call it like it was organic because you did what your father did and you did what your father's father did. It's been passed down. But understand, like when you're from the outside in looking now, me looking at it now, I'm like, okay, now I understand why in America they send old people to the quote unquote nursing home. Think about that, guys. We don't have nursing homes in Africa. It doesn't exist. But in the West, it does. So how can grandpa or grandma pass the knowledge to their granddaughters? How can grandma teach that super special recipe secret to her grandchild if she can spend time with her grandkids or granddaughters? How can grandpa show his quote unquote max skills, right? Mouthpiece if he's not spending time with his grandsons? How can he tell them how to, build a chair or shine a shoe, show his old school skill that he's retired from if he's not spending time with his grandkids? Think just think about this. There is nothing accident on this earth. Everything is a plan. Everything is organized. Everything has a hidden agenda. And then me looking at it now, I'm looking at it from a different perspective. I'm like, man, they set this whole system perfectly. Right? I know some black Americans they say, oh, well, my grandma used to say that. Check this out. If you have your grandma still alive, do you spend with them, asking them questions? Because remember, as people get aged, they get dementia, they start forgetting stuff. But guess what? By you asking them questions, they tell you something. I bet you right now there's probably some elder black Americans who can tell you the truth, who can tell you your origin, who can tell you something. But you know what? Who cares? Put them in a retirement home. Get out of here. Me taking care of you? Who are you? Changing your diapers? Get out of here. I'm yeah, YouTube is still limited because remember, there's censoring happening. So YouTube can censor anything. So it's like even with YouTube, there's certain information and I'm telling you, there is a conspiracy of silence. Like I say, some of our elders in Africa, they know some things, but they don't tell everybody. Why? Because knowledge, you have to seek it. And the age, they're like, well, if you're not seeking the knowledge, I'm gonna die with it. Because if you wanted it, right, you're gonna come get it. It's an African culture thing. You have to go seek knowledge. And for those who don't want to seek it, they will never get it. I wanted to know my ancestry. I wanted to know, and guess what? I found it. And in my piece. And I'm translating it to into English. That way I can make it available, for the diaspora who wants to know, how we came about to Congo or tribe, because I know some of my tribe they don't know. They only know certain things. Like even when I was telling some of the members of our tribe about the history, they were like, "Man, I didn't know that. I didn't know that." I know I have some families that are in Sudan. We got separated. We started spreading out. Why? Because certain people wanted to do their own thing. So, but the thing is, because of the family names are very important. That's how you're able to tell. And that's what I say here, especially in Western countries, talking about America, that's what the Bible calls it Babylon, the land of confusion. There are a lot of incest relationship in America. Why? Because people don't track their family name. A lot of people, I bet you, here in America, because there is no value to family name, they probably marry their own sister or their own cousin or they within their own bloodline. They have no idea why, because they don't keep family name. That's why I usually make a joke and say, if you see a lot of kids who are quote unquote retard, it's from incest. Because we know in Africa, the only way you're gonna have a quote unquote retard child is from incest. Think about that. You just meet a random lady, right? Macking and all that stuff. You get together, do your thing, a baby comes out, and later you find out you're related. Or probably you never will, because most, the all America say, me, myself, and me, my wife, and my kids. That's it. My immediate family. I don't care about extended family, no nothing. So a lot of people, a lot of families are detached. Why? Because they don't keep track of their family name. See, these are a lot of things I think about. I'm like, man, because in my culture, right? Let's say if I want to go look for a wife, you want to know how I'm gonna know that this is the person I cannot marry? Their family name, their tribe. Like I'll see, oh, a beautiful name, and I'll see her name. Wait a minute, who's your father? Who's your cousin? I mean, who's your grandpa? Who's the chief? Wait, what? What village is your parents from? Oh, no, no, no. Oh, sorry. You family. I can get I can get jiggy with you. Sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh, we're cousins. Oh, okay. But here in the West, how you gonna know? How many people have Johnsons, but they're not related? But how do you know? Smiths, Winston. How are you gonna know? Even same thing with the Europeans, right? You had like Irish and everything, right? But because their term mixed, they don't. Some people don't keep their family. That's why it's called the land of confusion. You can't tell because the whole individualism, it's a two-edged sword. On one side, yeah, you're gonna take a family, but because people don't gather, like they don't keep track of their extended family, the mindset of large family, or I know in French they say extended family. That and the names are very important. Your family name is very important. That's how you're able to track your value, your heritage, and everything. And what was happening in the Congo was because of the European, they started naming their names European names. And then our president, we had a dictator where he said, no, 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 no. He said, we can't lose our nationality. We can't lose our heritage. Everybody's starting today. You getting you have to go to the post office, change your name to your father's name or your tribe's name. No more European name, European last name. Everybody's and it happened. That's why a lot of Congolese now they're proud to say the name because it was like a movement where everybody was they didn't want to give they were, oh, you don't want a name. They were basically denying their father's name. But it's like now that I'm thinking about, I'm like, man, I'm like, see, when I would say there are many realities. Some realities we are unaware of. And then now that I'm sitting here with the knowledge my father gave, I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, these people are very cunning. That's why the Bible says the devil was wiser than Daniel or Lucifer. He set this whole thing up perfectly, and his agents are very, very smart. They are like 2,000 steps ahead. They knew exactly what they were doing. And I'm like, man, we could see for hours talk about some of the things I've heard. Uh, like one of the ancestors, some different tribe, they said when they were migrating towards the Congo from East Africa or Northeast Africa, like Egypt area, Sudan and all that, they said to some tribes they had an eagle, like a big eagle up in the sky guiding them. To some tribes, they say they saw a star that was guiding them, and that's how they will know where they should be. And some tribes they say when they reach the destination that they were supposed to, that star will stop. And then for the eagle guys, the eagle will stop. That's why in certain tribe they have the symbol of the eagle. But you see that symbol of the eagle in many European countries. Why? Because uh Zeus's favorite animal to turn on was an eagle. So that's that because that's their god. Even in esoteric books, it tells you that the was it um, the guardian angel of the Roman Empire was Jupiter or Jehovah. They call him Jovi, and they say his favorite animal that he used to turn or transform into was the eagle. That's why they worship the eagle. That's why the eagle is the emblem of all Roman fractions. So, like I say, I could be here for hours. Like I say, there's a conspiracy sign what because of certain information you can't say because you're gonna get strike. I'm telling you, and now I'm understanding why some of the elders they withhold certain information. Like even today, I just discovered that modern Hebrew is a fabrication. I was like, what? Some guy from the 1800s Literally said, he said, well, it's like he sat there, he literally, the language that they're speaking now, it's it's a baloney, meaning it's a mix of everything. But most of the basis of the language comes from Arabic. So even scholars says that that can be the true Hebrew, because the real Hebrew, uh, they're discovering that it's not even spoken in that region anymore because of the influence of Islam, right? And people don't even know. Arab, the word Arab means mixed, mixed people. So even though the language of Arabic is a mix of many languages, a mix of Persian language, Assyrian, Indian, Mesopotamian. So it's not a pure language. So how can you base modern Hebrew on another language that's mixed? That means it's not Hebrew. It's something else. It's a new language. But like I say, there are certain things you can't say. That's the thing. Certain knowledge, it's like it's too raw. They won't allow you to say it because it will create problems. The truth. That's why it says the truth. The Bible says the truth is bitter. When you put it in your mouth, it's sweet. Oh, it's delicious. Honey. Ah, delicious. Oh man, give me some more. But guess what? When you swallow, when it goes into your esophagus, I can't even spell it. Esophagus. Why am I twisting my tongue? When it goes down to your throat, all the way to your belly, and you know that satisfaction when you're eating something, and it goes into your little stomach. Whoop, it says it becomes bitter. There's a bitter, like a bitter taste, like an aftertaste, but it's very bitter. Why? Because that's the truth. Everybody wants the truth, but can you swallow the truth? Nah. That's why you must be stopped. Shut up. Silence him. He's spitting too much game. I had to pull that one. I had to go there, guys. I had to. Censorship is an all time high, man. Like, but man, I get excited when I learn something new, like the knowledge. I don't know about you guys, but man, me, whenever I learn something new, like when my dad told me that Congolese people had gunpowder before Europeans came, and I asked my dad, I said, well, they told us in history that the Chinese were the first one to make gunpowder. My dad said, no, that's false. So we out Africa always had gunpowder. He said, how in the hell were we hunting? How in the hell were we shooting animals if we didn't have guns? All this time when he said he said they were making bullets. My dad said I witnessed my grandpa when he wanted to upgrade his gun, like the melted certain metals and the molded them. And here's another secret people don't tell you: a lot of modernized weaponry. Guess where do where do you think they get the minerals to make those guns? Where do you think they get it from? You can't even find it in the Congo. Like I remember they say one of the technology uh element they needed for that. You know that you remember that little famous American airplane that it's like black, it's like a triangle. It's very fast. Like I remember I used to be in junior ROTC Air Force, and I remember I used to love that plane because they say it's very quiet and it goes way up. Like you guys know that plane I'm talking. It's black, and they say one of the it's very sophisticated. I think the Chinese tried to copy or something. But guess where they got the little mineral they needed to build that plane? Where did they get it from? The Congo. Uranium, the large quantity of it, the Congo. See, even in movies, they make jokes about it when they talk about vibranium. When you look at the map of Wakanda, right, in a movie, it's a fictional country, right? Guess where's Wakanda? The east side of the Congo. And in a real map of the Congo, guess where all countries go to traffic animals, minerals, and everything. Guess where? The east side of Congo, where it borders Rwanda, Burundi, and Uganda. So even in movies, they're slightly telling you something without saying it. And speaking about Wakanda, check this out, guys. I'm spitting knowledge tonight. Check this out, guys. Wow. When I found this knowledge, it blew me away. Check this out. There is a let me see if I can pull it up from my phone. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. Check this out. Wow. This information is groundbreaking. It says, check this out. Native American legends, Wakanda or Wakanda. So they spell it Wakonda, but it says sound Wakanda. It says tribe affiliation, Omaha, Ponca, Osage. Alternate spellings, Wakanda, Wakonta, Wakunda, Wakonta. It says pronunciation, Wakanda. Type, Native American creator, high god. Relative figures in other tribes, Wakantanka, Sioux or Sioux, Chu or Sioux. I know in French we say Sioux, but I think people say Shu or Su. And it says Earth Maker, Ho-Chunk, Kichi Manitou, Ojibwe. And here's the description. It says Wakanda is the great creator power of the Osage, Omaha, and Ponca tribes. Wakanda is an abstract, omnipresent creative force who is never personified in traditional Siouan legends, and in fact did not even have a gender before the introduction of English with its gender specific pronouns. So, Wakanda is the name of a Native American god. Or this, based on this tribe, this is the name of whom they call the Great Spirit. Isn't knowledge wonderful? Ah. Wakanda, my brother from another mother. Wakanda forever. Hey ya, Wakanda. I'm telling you, man. No, whenever I get new knowledge, it just boils my spirit. Let me see. Let me see if I can post it on the chat. Hold on, so you guys can have the information. Wakanda, hey ya, Wakanda. There you go. I posted the link to the information that I got. So yeah, guys, like, oh man, I was like, man, there's so much to talk about, man. Like, a little bird. You guys are you're welcome to join me on the panel if you got nothing else to do. Another information I got from a little bird from the over there in the east told me, I can't confirm this because there is no quote unquote mainstream information to confirm this, but he said based on his feedback, the president of Syria, Assad, he's actually in a deathbed in a hospital. He's sick, and they're predicting that he's gonna pass over. And there's still wars over there. Like, they're not showing on TV, but they've been bombing that place. That the bombing didn't stop. It didn't stop. The war is still going on. And people thought that Russia was their allies. Hell no. See, people don't. Russia is still part of the Roman Empire. The Bible says a kingdom that's divided against itself shall not stand. So how can Rome go against Rome? He can't because he's his brother. So anybody who thinks Russia is the enemy, You mistaken. It's the same old good cop, bad cop. Look at the symbol. Red, Russia red, America blue. Get it? Red, Soviet, blue, America. Look at your flag. Red, white, and blue. Look at the Russian flag. Red, white, blue. Huh? Oh, you don't say. Let's see. Looking at the specialist, he said, "Could that be a subliminal link?" Yeah, they're us. The continent of America was separated from the main Africa because another thing they don't tell you, all continents were one, and Africa is basically the base. Every other continent they're breaking up from Africa. So the Americas was pushed west. Why? Because that's why they called it the New World, but it's no, it's the Old World. Why? Because when the Most High broke down the continents, the Americas was the land where um, the Nephilim were doing the activities. And don't be surprised, a lot of the pyramids that you know that we see here in the Americas and stuff like that, even the one in Egypt, they were here before the flood, but they're not gonna tell you. Even my dad, when he went to the pyramid, he said uh, on the walls of the pyramid there were markings as if there was a flood. Because how in the hell you gonna have water? Like okay, water have levels, right? And then those who've never seen a river that gets flooded during rain season and it goes down during dry season, it leaves markings on the edges, showing that whenever the water rises, you see what I'm saying? So even in the pyramid, it shows that this pyramid was underwater. So how in the hell you gonna have something in the middle of the desert that was underwater? What's going on? Huh? Think about it. And I even went to the pyramids of Mexico and I was looking at it. And I'm like, they can't even replicate those monuments with quote unquote modern technology, even if they try, even though they can build skyscrapers. So I'm like, how were they able to build something like that in the middle of nowhere, away from quote unquote rocks and everything? Because you need rocks, right? And most rocks are found where you have water. So, like I say, there are a lot of things when you start to question, you start to think about it. That's when knowledge is sought. That's when you're gonna look for knowledge. And some knowledge, when you find it, you may not like it because it may go against what you knew before. That's why I say what is my favorite quote that you guys know remember? What is my favorite quote? Facts are opinions agreed upon. Facts are opinions agreed upon. Why? Because we know if they can withhold true information, then what do they leave us with? Because a certain group of people decide what is correct and what is not. Isn't it proving my quote unquote quote fact? The facts is basically opinions agreed upon. Because if they can hide the truth, if they hide quote unquote a actual fact from you and give you something else, isn't that in an opinion? uh, think about it. It's just questions that I have, that I always have, something to get you guys thinking. And with the thing about the pyramids, the thing is, they what's it saying? They will lead you left and right. Uh, but it's like we me when it comes to this, I'll put it this way: certain knowledge you'll find and you can take it or leave it. But at the end of the day, we still don't know. We only know what we're allowed to access with and to know. And that's why I say maybe that's why some of the elders in Africa, they don't go out there just telling everybody, oh, this is what we know. They only tell it to those who actually go and ask them. They like if you go to elders, say, okay, what is this? And when this happened, they say, okay, this is when the Europeans came. This is what happened. This is this. This is how slavery happened. This and this and this. But guess what? They're not gonna go out there and write a book. They're not going out there and come on TV and say, hey, they're not teaching you the truth on the schools. We know the true incident of history. We get the records. They're not gonna go out there and tell. That's what I say. There's a conspiracy of silence, whether on the good side or the bad side. On the bad side is the information that could free quote unquote the people, it's being withheld, and some information that could quote unquote destroy the people is being withheld. Because there's certain information you can't give it to the people. You gotta hide it. You gotta keep it to yourself. um let's see. I see brother Vision in the stream. Hold on one second. Let me uh let me pull you. I see hey brother Lawrence in the building. What's up, man? The unspecialist hypocrisy. Hey, hypocrisy, you're here. I see we got a new person, Ginger Roger. Welcome to the show, first timer. What's up, Vision? How you doing, bro?
Hey, what up, Fasting? How are you
Hey.
doing?
Oh, I'm doing superb.
Yeah, you always sound like it. You always
Oh
sound like it. I got a long way to get to where you are,
yeah.
but I'll
Hey,
get there.
hey, to me, I'm ecstatic. Like me, I get excited whenever I get new information. Like, hey,
You're
remember
not.
when I told you some of the information I was getting, like it was taking some times to get it. Was it last month?
Sorry.
I received some of the books that I
No,
bought.
no.
Right. So what's that?
Yes, you bought some books. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember you bought some books.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I bought like 10 books that came in. Some of them are in French. Um, some
Okay.
of them are in my native tongue, but some of them I already read the PDF format, but I just wanted like a physical version, because sometimes people say, "Oh, where is that?" And I'll be like, "Okay, here's the book. You can open it and look at it." So
Mm-hmm.
usually when I buy books, it's more like for records, proof of evidence to show people if they ask me if I have the information or not. So
Fair enough.
yeah, and I was just earlier I was talking about that. My father was telling me that his grandfather and the people before him they already knew how to make what is it, guns and gunpowder. You know, he can recall, and basically I was asking him, I say, well, I know the Europeans, they didn't have an influence like before, like a few years before then. I'm like, did they get that knowledge from there? He's like, hell no. He's like, you really think Europeans were gonna teach who they call Negroes uh the knowledge of how to make a weapon to go against them? He's like, hell no. He said they already had this knowledge. He's like, how in the hell our ancestors when they were migrating from Sudan, how did they hunt animals and shoot them? To shoot, that means you must have gun. So if they weren't using arrows like they show in movies. He's like, no, they were using a gun. So I was like, what? Like I was shocked when I received the information. So and I basically mentioned that when it comes to African culture, there's a lot of information that we felt by the elders. Like it's more like a word of mouth. Like if you don't ask them, they won't tell you. And because they don't trust written records, because a lot of records get destroyed. I mean, think about it. When war comes, what is the first thing they do? They destroy paperwork, right?
Yes, they
So
destroyed libraries and they destroyed books, and that's what happened to
yeah,
us in Africa. They
hmm
destroyed, and I'm still fascinated. We kept our language. I just want to interrupt you. Like my tribe, they can still speak their language, and it's nothing is written down. It's just passed down, you
yeah,
know. And there's no and in my country we have no alphabet, so our alphabet has been lost. But there's a way to find it. They said if you use a spectrum analyzer, because every sound has a frequency, and like if you like, it's hard for me to explain it. But when you speak, like you say ah, ba, whatever cut, right? It will draw a certain, it will make an image in the spectrum analyzer, and then that's how you can make your alphabet off of that image, right? Because like A or B or C, or you know, in Arabic ka, wow, or whatever, it's all, even in Hebrew languages, those are all symbols, man. You know,
Yeah.
these
And
are symbols.
yeah, if you think about African language, we didn't really have a quote unquote alphabet. It was more uh like you said, it was the image, right? The image had a message.
Yeah.
Kind of like it's similar. Like my friend was teaching me, like showing me Chinese, like those Chinese character. It's different, like different thing. Like for an example, the word for deception, you have like a certain symbol put together to basically mean deception, but you can break down that symbol into its individual meaning, right? Just like how when we look at a word, they say, okay, look at the synonym, the origin of the word, where it came from, what was the original meaning, what is the meaning now, right? And then you break it down. But in African language, usually, I'm a Bantu, right? So I could be from the Congo, and a Bantu person could be from South Africa, and that's another reason why when we were studying the slave trade, they were saying what they would do is if they find out that people can communicate, they'll switch them up. But the thing is, when they were coming in America, because let's say as even in Brazil, Colombia, the Congolese that they were bringing them there, even though let's say one is from another tribe, because they were still Bantu, their language interchangeable, meaning they could understand each other, even though they were from a different tribe, they spoke a different dialect. But because the rooting of the words were similar, they're able to communicate. But someone from West Africa, they can't understand me. Like when I speak Lingala or something, they can't understand me. Why? Because our language don't have the same route or the same root. But a Bantu from, for example, Zulu people, they call grandpa, they say Coco. In Lingala, we say Coco. We say the same thing. God, we say Nzambe. Another tribe say Nzambi. I know in Cameroon they say Njambi. Same word, just different sounding and everything. Right? Child. Mwana is a child. Bana is plural, meaning children. And watch this. The word for husband, we say Mobali. And the word for a woman or spouse, we say Mwasi. Now check this out. You a Hotep, right? Watch this.
Me? No, not anymore, but continue.
I'm saying you have the knowledge. Watch this. Let me ask you, who's Asi?
I don't know, actually.
Asi is the ancient name for ISIS. They didn't call it. Europeans call it ISIS. Africans call it Asi.
I know Aset. I knew Aset, but I did not know that one.
That's how the Europeans try to sound it, but that's not how Africans called it.
Okay.
So even in our language, we have Egyptians and Canaanite. Watch this. For when they say Mwasi, so it's basically saying you are like Asi or you're like ISIS. Right? Now watch this. Mobali. Bali. Who's Bali?
I've heard of Baal, Bali. I'm not sure.
Do you know what Baal means?
Oh, I only have.
It has two meanings. It means my master, and it also means my husband. So when we say Mobali, you're saying you're like Baal. You're like my husband. So even that's why I was like, wait a minute, whoa. And I was like, what? You see what I'm saying? So people who are Bantu, they can relate wherever we are because we share certain words of meaning. And not only that, people say, oh, wait, I'm saying no, because when our ancestors were migrating, we began to adopt different languages. So some of the word like Egyptian name and words are in part of our language. And not only that, I even have a book that was written in 1776 that was published a Catholic priest or what do you call it, bishop or whatever. He wrote a book because he was sent by the Vatican, to basically study the people of the Congo, right? The tribe is called Luengo and stuff like that, like the Kingdom of the Congo. And in his book, he points out some of the Bantu words that we use in our culture that are from Greece, ancient Grecian language, from Old Latin, and from Old Paleo Hebrew.
You know,
For example,
people.
mesa. You know what mesa is? It's from Spanish people. They say mesa or mesa.
No, I don't know what mesa is.
Yeah,
I don't.
it's
What's mesa mean?
actually Latin.
Can I say this? Let me interrupt you.
Yeah.
Like my fathers and uncles used to say, because I used to like you know, I was like angry. You know, when you study the history, right? Like the colonialism and then you know slavery, chattel slavery in the Americas, even in South America. You know, it's a defeat. You're showing a defeated history, right? Like it makes you look like a defeated people, which is only really a short span of time. Because like if you look at the numbers, like oh man, I gotta be careful. What time is it? Okay, Africans, like I'm just gonna use some numbers. Africans, like black Africans or black people, have been on the planet for like let's just use the number 7 million years, right? Yeah. And then the Europeans have only been here like 4,500 years, you know. So this history of what Europe has done to the world is a very short span of time, on history. But what I'm trying to say is, I used to like make fun of my uncles and my fathers, like, hey man, look, you guys are, you know, look at us, we're defeated people. Look what happened to us. You have no language, you have no this, right? And then one time they looked at me and say, how do you know Latin is not our language, right? Because you know, and then I couldn't say. So it's fascinating that you're saying the same thing. Because yeah, they said, you know, they were just basically saying, like when my father went to school, he said a lot of Greek philosophy was Dinka philosophy. He said, yo, I learned this as a kid. This is our philosophy. You know what I mean? But again, Egypt stole a lot of things from. Greece stole a lot of stuff from Egypt and Africa. You know, they stole a lot of stuff from us, man.
Let's see. I see we have some naysayer.
Okay.
You know what I do? Hey, if you can read French, I'm about to post a book that I bought. For those of you on naysayer who think I'm pulling things out of my ass, check this out. If you can read French, go read this book. Go buy it and read it. I'm just what the book says.
We'll get back on topic, but I just want to say this. Hey, remember I told you I went on a water fast?
Yeah.
I started last Thursday, right? And so this Thursday I was supposed to stop, but I decided to go till tomorrow. So that's gonna be 9 days only on water fast, man. So I'm proud of myself, man. And then I watch your stream, eh? And give me a second here. This thing is gonna be in the way. I don't know if you can see. I watch your herb stream right there. And let me move this wire out of the way. Oh, I'm charging. That's why. See, I wrote notes and see this one here. I can't say it, but I want to bought this one. I already bought it, so it's coming in the way. And then I'm gonna buy. You know, I know I have horrible handwriting, but I was kind of writing fast. I'm gonna buy. Which one is this one called? This is Noni. I'm gonna buy this one. Yeah, I'm gonna buy this one next. So yeah, I made notes of all the herbs you showed, right? So it took me a long time to, you know, this was a koala, yeah. And so yeah, I like, you know, you even have one for joint support. So yeah, I wrote notes, man. So yeah, I'm gonna get a lot of these herbs, man, and I'm gonna try an alternative way, you know, to kind of try to heal myself. But I just want to say that. And so yeah, so I fasted for like 9 days, man. I'm proud of myself. So tomorrow I'm gonna break my fast. So like nothing, no alcohol, no food, no nothing, man, just water.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I feel good, man. But and then I'm looking at the African map here because you know what Aegon said? Everybody's mad at Aegon. And Aegon, no, Akon. Sorry, I said Aegon. Akon. Akon was like, forget slavery, and he was talking about you know, like how they went from the coast of Senegal, then they went to Ghana, and then they delivered all the slaves over to, like, you know, North America and South America, right? But then I was looking at Congo, because you always say that a lot of people are Congolese, and now I want to close up in a map, and I see a city called Nasamafumu. I cannot say it properly. It's Nsiamfumu, and then there's another city that's got an airport called Muanda. It's called, and it has an airport called Moanda Airport. How are those cities? The reason I'm looking at those cities is because they're like close to the ocean, so it makes sense if people were taken from Congo as well, because it's right there on the coast. You know what I mean? What do you know about those cities?
Yeah, Moanda. Yeah, I know where that is. Yeah, it's like close neighbors with Angola and stuff like that. Yeah.
Are they safe? Like, are they safe to go to? Or how are they doing?
It depends. It depends.
Okay,
What are you trying to
okay.
do? Are you trying
Well,
to sell
live, man.
blood?
No, no, I just want to go live. I want to live. I want to leave North America and just live somewhere else, man. And I like living near oceans.
Yeah,
Like I
when
like,
it comes to live, you gotta plan. You gotta because
yeah.
remember this pandemic changed the world. The world as
Hmm.
we knew it is no more. Let me see.
Yeah.
I see Snow say about the French book,
Okay, yeah.
and
Make your point. Yeah, you're
yeah,
gonna talk about that French book. Yeah.
let me warn Snow. Check this out, Snow. And that's why people want to think I'm just inventing, spitting nonsense. Check this out. To show the value of that book, it's a reprint of an old book because you can buy that book. And I tried to look it up on the 1776 publication of that book on what do you call it, eBay. That book is like $500. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
spend $500 on a book that I can actually read the PDF or get the reprint. But it's good to have that to actually show the proof that it was the actual publication, right? That meaning scholars had this record back then. Check this out. It's written in old French, kind of like the King James Bible, right? So you're gonna see F, but it's gonna be S. So you'll be reading like if that's what I say. If you know French, then you'll be able to pick it up what it's saying. But if you don't know old French, you're gonna get stuck because you're gonna see uh F's. Sometimes you think like you'll be like you can't read it, but no. Many F's you see if it's within a word, it's actually a S. So I'm just giving you a heads up if you're
Yeah.
gonna buy that book.
A fashion story. I'm confused now. There's a place called Republic of Congo, and then there's a place called Democratic Republic of Congo. How are these two different places? They're the
They're
same, no?
No, they were the same. They got split.
So
Remember,
which one are you from?
I'm from the Democratic one. It used to be called
Oh, so you from the big one? Okay, because there's a smaller one beside you. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah,
No, sorry, man. And then they got something called Port Nore. Okay, no, finish your point, man.
yeah.
Okay, we'll talk
Basically,
about this another time.
the other Congo was colonized by France, and the big
Mhm.
Congo was colonized by Belgium.
Belgium,
Yeah,
yes, yeah.
Belgium is the smallest country compared to France, but they were able to colonize us. That's what I tell people. Even the scripture says when the Most High was telling to his people, it says, "It's not by your own strength that you were able to do what you're doing. It's because of my power." But he said, "I will take away your power. You're not gonna be a strong nation no more." So if you think logically, there is no way in hell Europeans will be able to colonize Africa because look, you go into a land that you outnumber. But how are you able to? It's spiritual. It's spiritual. That's why what's his name? Bluzinski. That guy.
Brzezinski.
Yeah. He say what? He say,
Zelensky, Brzezinski. Yeah,
yeah, he say it's easier what? He say it's easier to kill 1 million people now than to control it. Why? If you can get people's mind, you can kill them anytime you want to. It's all about the mind. If you can get people's mind, you win the war. That's why I notice they say what? You may be big and strong, but guess what? I think that movie with The Rock they play where he used to be bullied by this guy, but he's big and muscular, but
yeah,
because
yeah,
he
yeah,
was still traumatized,
yeah.
he's still that little fat kid who was bullied as a child by that guy, but the bully, even though he's bigger and stronger than the bully. So the thing is, it's spiritual what has happened to quote unquote African people. It's spiritual. It's not physical.
Yeah.
Because common sense will tell you, we're strong. Look, Belgium, the tiny country Belgium, will enter Congo in size 80 times. And you know Europeans don't breed like us. So how in the hell they were able to colonize millions of people who outbreed them by what? 200, 500%? How? The mind.
Divide and conquer, man. You know, tribe against tribe, hood against hood. Until today, you know, like one guy will say I'm from Brooklyn, another guy will say I'm from Queens. The same thing here in Toronto. I'm from Finch. I'm from Scarborough. I'm from Rexdale. Some of these hoods don't exist anymore. I'm from the North End. I'm from the East End. Blah 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 blah. I'm blood. I'm Crip. You know, see, it's easy, man. Still goes on
Yeah.
till today, and I'm not hating on any of those gangsters, you know, but I'm just saying, right? Can you imagine if the Bloods and Crips ever united, which will never happen? Can you
Mm,
imagine?
yeah. To answer Snow's question, yes, it's written in Old French. To butter hypocrisy, I'm like, yeah, but the thing is, the book is from the French Amazon FR. It's not America, so even if I did, I won't get anything. I won't get any. I won't get anything. Yeah. But like I say, I just wanted to have a like an open panel stream, because I know it's been a while since I had a stream.
Yeah, you've been
Uh,
working a lot. You've been working a lot lately, yeah?
yeah, yeah. Um, let's see. But I'm actually glad that I'm actually having people in the chat, interacting. I know was it Brother Hypocrisy? He's the master of retraction. So whenever he says something, he retracts. So you can come back on the stream and see it. He's funny.
You know who else does that? Chicken for you does it as well. I'm
Yeah,
not sure
well,
where he.
copy.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
he's
I don't.
copy. Yeah,
Yeah, Chicken for you does the same thing as well. He deletes everything,
yeah,
but which is all right.
yeah. Hey, but he's yeah, what he's saying is true. Um, Another thing, you know, I think I was just thinking in my mind earlier is, guys, this is just an advice, guys. Just relax your mind and don't over stress because I'm telling you, this pandemic is affecting people in a way I couldn't even imagine. Like, I'll put it this way, right? I'm a funny guy. Like, to me, none of this is real. So guess what? The way I'm approaching it, I don't take this seriously at all because it's not real to me. In my reality, in a realm of fasting is life, this hoaxy hoax virus doesn't exist. And guess what? I'm not gonna use the fear of death because guess what? I could die in my sleep today. Guess what? I'm gone. But will that stop me from sleeping? No. So in my reality, I'm not stressing over this whole pandemic, nothing. But a lot of people out here, they're stressing, they're panicking, they're unemployed. I'm like, do you know how many times I've been unemployed where I was broke as hell, had no money, had basically to put my tail between my legs and submit just so I could have a place to sleep for a time? Sacrifice, right? But if I would have let it get to me and anxiety and everything, I'll be like Robin Williams. Ah! dangling, dangling in above gravity, defying gravity. But you know what? I'm like, everything is gonna be okay. This thing doesn't exist, and I'm at peace. But I'm meeting some people. They're taking it like, check this out. Some people they're so fearful of this thing, they get sick. They don't even have the freaking quote unquote hoaxy hoax virus, but they just get sick from anxiety. Like, people don't understand. You can die from anxiety. Do people know that? Stress, worrying. You can die from worrying. I witnessed somebody go to the hospital for sickness. He or she, this person, had 5 or 6 different doctors come in to do the same stupid text over and over. They can't figure out. I'm no doctor. You know what I told her? I said, you just stress. Stop stressing. Just go home and relax. You lost your job. Just relax, right? Guess what? Guess what? What was the conclusion of those dumb doctors after 6 strikes? You know what they told her? Oh, you just stress. Maybe you need this pill. I'm like, you don't need pill. Just go and sleep it off. Stop worrying. You're gonna get another job. But this person got sick. Why? Because, oh, I wanted this job. I lost it. I can't sleep. Oh, my life is over. Stressing over something you have no control. That's the problem. Things you have no control of, don't stress over. You have no control if you get fired. If your job decide to say, well, you know what? You're kind of ugly to us, so we're gonna let you go. What are you gonna do? You're ugly to them. You have no control of that. You can dress yourself well. You can dress your way out to be handsome in their eyes when they say you're ugly. It's over. Just move on. Don't stress. That's what I keep saying. More people will die from something that's not even related to this hoaxy hoax. They're just gonna die from stress, anxiety. The freaking regular flu is gonna kill them because why they're gonna associate it with this thing. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. And the media say, you better wear the mask or you're gonna die. Die, motherfucker, die. But and then I come say, guys, don't worry. It doesn't exist. Oh, how dare you? You and your tinfoil hat. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? I'm like, why are you worrying about something you have no control over?
Hey, fasting. The bat phone just wrong. Commissioner is calling you. I'm just playing.
Oh no, yeah, somebody's calling me, but since I'm live, I don't want to answer. But I mean, Vision, think about it. Like things you have no control, don't stress over. Things you have within your control, just take it. I have control about my bills. Why? Because I have a job. I have no control of what my neighbor, if he can afford to pay their bills, is it within my control? Hell no. That's none of my business. I have no control about their lives. You know, I have to worry about my bills, my rent. I can control that. I can control what goes. No, I can't. So
Fasting. The one thing about you though, I don't know how you do it in the space. I've had it, man. There's certain sectors I cannot go to. I've never heard you swear at anybody. I've never heard you curse anybody. But I know you already gave me the answer. You said because of the Bible. So, but I'll just keep it short. It's just amazing, man. I
well,
can't do it, man.
like
When I snap, I snap. I don't give a damn. But I give you credit for always keeping you cool. People disrespect you. They you know what I mean, man. We've had this conversation before.
yeah, the reason why I know people hate it. The Bible is my guide. There's a lot of wisdom I learned from that book that everybody hates, and that's why I'm able to basically I can interact with anybody from any background. Why? Because of the Bible. Even someone who's an atheist, someone who's against my God, my power, my creator, I can talk to them like, eh, he's just another human being. I just know this person is, crazy in the head. They can call President Trump their president, even though they're probably never gonna meet him, right? They can accept him as a president because they can see him on TV. They've never seen him in their own eyes, right? But they can accept that the creator, there's somebody who's behind everything we see, you know. But guess what? I don't let that stop me from interacting with them. And see, that's what I tell people. The scripture says with age come wisdom. But here's the thing. Wisdom is the application of the knowledge you've gained. What's the point of you knowing everything and not even using it? You know how some people say, oh man, if I knew everything, I wouldn't be here. Exactly. Why? Because you're going to be using that knowledge. Look, if I knew that I could make money from farting, do you think I'm going to be here on YouTube talking to you guys? Huh? If I knew a formula where I'll eat some herbs and I'll be farting money, do you really think after farting all the money, I'm going to be here talking to you guys? Or I'll be out there enjoying that fart money? Huh? So it's like, knowledge, whatever you know, use it if possible. If you can, that's the whole thing. That's what I tell people. If there's a knowledge that you don't want to gain, look, I'll use an example. There are millions of YouTube channels out here, right? Some of them I'll watch, take a peek or something. Guess what? If I take a peek of a live stream or something that I don't think is beneficial to me, you think I'm gonna sit there and be grouchy and go in the comment chat? I'm like, you're a liar, you lie, you trash. This is trash. No, why waste my time? I'm like, it doesn't concern me. Why would I want to go to a channel about atheists talking about, well, just live life, do as thou will, and I don't believe that. Why would I go in their channel and say, you atheists need Jesus? That's what people say. You need Jesus. It's an atheist channel. Why? Why do you want to go to a place where those people don't believe like you believe, and then you're creating fiction out of nothing? Why? Why? See, because I follow the scripture and it gives you certain how to deal with people. That's why I'm able to be the way. Like for an example, there are some people I watch different channel, but those people beef, quote unquote. You know how it is. But me, I joke, right? I'll make jokes and here and there. But guess what? Whatever beef they have, that's none of my business. Yeah, I'll point out, okay, this was wrong. This was wrong. But I'm not gonna get him. It's guess what? It's the same rule I take when it comes to quote unquote couples. I learned that from my father. My father say, never get in between couples. Don't take sides. Be neutral. If best, shut up. Say nothing. And you know what? Even in high school, I witnessed it. Friends that I know, high school sweethearts, they break up. You're gonna have this one guy or a girl bad mouthing the other partner, and I'm like, hey, don't say anything. Oh, no, no, no. And guess what? Those couple get back together. Guess what happened? Oh, you remember this? Oh yeah. When we broke up, he was saying this. Oh, you don't say. Okay. Okay. Now you've lost two friends. Or you lost your friend. Why? Because you took side. And I used, guess what? Why am I wise in that particular? Because I had the knowledge and I used it. Even till these years, like I know what happened, but guess what? Because I keep my mouth shut, I didn't say nothing. I didn't get in between. Because guess what? Once I would be like, hey, fasting, this is what's happening to me and this person. What do you think I should do? You know my answer say? I'm like, I don't really know what happened because that's between you two. So you guys have to find a solution. And then the girl, oh, hey, fasting, this and this was happening. He was this, what do you think I should do? I'm like, well, you guys were together. I wasn't there when it happened. You guys have to figure it out. Because I was saying you have to figure it out. You between you two. I wasn't there. Guess what? When they reconcile, I was good.
Can I say something? Do you ever hear the story of a king? There was like a wise king. I don't know if this is a Bible story or is a regular story. But there was a king and he had to make a decision, and they were like fighting two groups. I don't know if it was two groups or two people were fighting over a baby, right? And then the king said, "Okay, we'll cut the baby in half to solve the issue, right?" And then the one person said, "No, no, 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 don't cut the baby in half, right?" And then basically, the person that they want the baby cut in half, the king said, "Okay, you really care about this baby, so I'll give the baby to you." So like that, like what like through wisdom, you can solve a lot of problems, right? By not directly getting involved, but letting the two parties kind of solve the issue. But do you know where that story is from or no?
You talk
Or
about
did you?
splitting the baby, right?
Yeah. What story?
Uh,
Where's that story from?
King Solomon. Yeah, that's
Ah,
it.
so that was King Solomon, eh?
Yeah,
Okay, so
the story was basically, I guess two women they were living in the same house. They both had babies. One
mhm.
slept over her child and she suffocated him. And then she woke up in the middle of the night, realizing that her child died. She switched them up. But the mother of the child that was alive, she knew her baby and they began to fight. So they came to it was something where the local people couldn't deal with it. So they took it to the king. So the king used wisdom. He basically tempted them. He said, okay, since you guys are both fighting the same people, both of you claiming that it's your child, he said, guard, take that baby, cut the baby in half, and then give each mother one part. So as the guard took the sword and was about to strike, the the real mother ran to the soldier and was begging. He said, please don't kill my baby. And the other woman said, yeah, go ahead and strike the baby. And then the king says, look at mother's love. Give the baby back to the real mother. So the other woman wanted this lady's baby also to die because her child died too. Basically showing you that she was evil. You know.
There you go. You told the story better than I could.
Yeah. Yeah, but this story I remember it from a young age. Like I haven't read that story in a while, but I remember it like it was yesterday because I read that thing. like I said, I love history. I love reading stories. Like I grew up loving stories. Like I used to go to my grandpa's house just to look at his Bible books that had pictures on it. And what I'll do is I'll trace the pictures and then I'll color them. It was one of I love doing that. So those images and stories stays in your head, man. That that's why children's book is very useful. Having the image to associate with the story, like David and Goliath. You see David, a young boy with the sling, and then you see Goliath like, "Arr, I'm a Philistine. I'm a Nephilim. I'm a giant. I'm one of the gods. I can kill all of you pitiful human, you little midgets. Uh, that's how it works. Yeah.
Hey,
Uh,
fasting. They're asking you to wrench Ginger Rogers. That's what hypocrisy is saying. That's up to you though.
yeah. I mean, she's new in the chat. I don't really know her, so and
It,
nobody has
it,
time now or anything. She hasn't said
oh,
anything crazy either.
okay. Oh, it's a girl. Okay.
I don't know if it's a girl or not. Her name. Oh, I see a picture. It's a picture of a woman.
Yeah, it is a picture of a woman.
Yeah. But like I say,
Okay.
it's YouTube. You can never trust.
No, it's your channel. Yeah, yeah, it's your channel, man. It's not mine. So I'm just reading what hypocrisy was saying. That's all.
Okay, let me see. Well, he's always retracting messages, so I I can't see what he was trying to say. Maybe if I look in a Streamio, okay, in Streamio I can see his comment. He basically saying that oh, okay, he's saying how the ministry is very sensitive. So I mean, I didn't really look at the chat earlier, but
No, 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 no. Don't worry.
Jennifer,
Don't worry about it. You don't know who it is, right? So
yeah,
use your intuition. Use your judgment.
yeah.
Again, it's not my channel. You can't wrench up everybody anyway. I've actually lost a couple of wrenches in this space, so it's funny. So it's
That's
all
all right.
good.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is my first time seeing her. This name here. Welcome to the channel. I wonder how you got here. I didn't even get a chance. Let me see. I'm trying to go back. She said, uh,
Hey, don't forget, and I'm not putting this on anybody. You said there's going to be a lot of agents coming to the space, so like we have to. You never know who's who anymore.
yeah, but I'm not afraid on
Mhm.
that. Like the ranch is just basically so people can be timed or anything. But I just want to because I noticed it's a new. I mean, remember I told you my channel it will slowly grow because some of the things I talk about it's what people are interested in. And since it's a fasting channel, most of the people when they come here, like I know some of my old videos still get comments. Like I had stuff about the teeth, how to use baking soda and stuff like so. A lot of people when they come here, it could be because of the health option and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Well, you're
Uh,
you're a 398 subscribers, so yeah, you'll slowly grow. You're not gonna be a 2K like somebody in the space, but it's all in like 3 months. But we know why that happened. But
mm.
I'm not gonna shoot shots at that person. I'll shoot it in their face when I see them.
But I'll welcome Ginger. Welcome to the channel. I see it's your first time. Hopefully the conversation is intriguing. I didn't get a chance to look at the chat because I was yapping, and I see you mentioning you saying that you're in pain. Are you like? Did you do a surgery or? Because see, remember, Vision. I told you there's gonna be a lot of people gonna be at home, especially since winter's coming. So you're gonna have a lot of people like you got TikTok that's shut down. Uh, a lot of apps they're letting it go. So you're gonna have a lot of people flooding YouTube. I mean, most people are already on Facebook anyway and Instagram, but YouTube is gonna get a lot of flooding because a lot of people left YouTube because because of the whole censorship and all that stuff. So people were going to different platform, but TikTok had like what 1 billion people or something. So
They're saying it was a Chinese service and that the Chinese are using it to hack. This China USA thing is not, it's not gonna calm down for a while. It's gonna be fascinating for the next, let's say, 50 years. I'm gonna observe this China US relations. You know, and plus, China and USA are fighting over in Africa, and you know that the France doesn't want to give up Africa either, right? Like France controls 13 colonies that are still paying it like taxes. Yeah, that number could be wrong. I'll look it up some other time, but you know what I mean, right? Like Europe, and the West, they don't want to release Africa. They want to keep Africa under control forever. And I find that fascinating. Of course, your country, the coltan, the cobalt, the uranium, the oil, the water. Same thing with my country, right? Oil, agriculture, game, right? Even gold, right? And then, China wants a piece of all that. And China's coming with a different perspective. Like China's not telling African dictators what to do, where the Americans are telling African dictators, oh, you have to you have to implement feminism and all that. You have to respect, the alphabet crew. By the way, in my language, my father told me this one time. This is a sidetrack. You know the word gay? They have no word for gay in my language. Just to give you a perspective of what culture is all about. But in the West, these people are protected. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But
And here's
back
the
back.
irony: the word "gay" just means happy.
Yeah, they change it. Yeah, they change it. They change the words all the time. Every 50 years, the words
Well,
are changed.
the reason why they chose the word "gay" because that's what I say it's an oxymoron because a lot of those people in the lifestyle they're not happy, they're sad. So the word it's kind of like, oh, it's like wearing a mask, but you're crying under, but the mask is a smiley face, like the Joker. Yeah, it's like I'm always smiling, but I'm not really smiling. So it's the same thing. I'm gay. Ooh, gully, jolly, but they're not happy because something is tormenting them deep inside. So,
And
yeah, I learned a lot of stuff. I've heard from
yeah.
people who are within that thing. They tell me, there's a lot of sad, sad story.
And you know what? Obama, I have a, when Obama became president, man, yeah, he's half white, so what, I thought it was black. I didn't care, right? I consider him black. But then, when he became president, like, the whole world was so proud to like finally see a quote unquote, well, there's actually been black presidents in the past in the United States that we don't know about. Before George Washington, there was like 7 or 8 of them. Even Prince talked about it, right? Let's say just Obama was the first black president, right? And like there was so much hope, But then when he went to Kenya and he basically said, "We're not gonna give you aid money if you guys, do not accept, like some of the alphabet programs, the alphabet crew." To respect, you have to respect these people, you have to give them rights. And the Africans were like, what the hell, man? This is not our culture. And Obama was basically trying to force it, or they're going to basically put sanctions on them, right? And then, but I don't know how Kenya handled it, but when China's in your back door, what are you going to do? You're going to go to China, right? China, because China's not imposing anything on you, you know? So I want to add that as well. Obama's a disappointment when it comes to that. But then we're going to get into conspiracy theories, and you already know what Obama represents, right? He's just a puppet. He's just
Yeah.
a face. He's just a president of a company. The
all,
real people are behind the scenes.
all of them are sodomites. That's the simplest thing. It's like once you understand, that's what I say. Once you understand that, you don't get a lot of people. They give, oh, I'm hurt. He didn't do. I'm like, do you, do you understand the seat of the president of the United? See, and that's why I say a lot of Americans don't understand their position in the world. You know what? That's why I tell Americans, you need to travel. You don't understand the value of your passport. You don't understand when people hear I'm in America. You don't understand that because what's the saying? If you look at yourself in the mirror, that's how you used to. Someone else can tell you you're fit, that you lost weight, but guess what? When you look in the mirror, you know what you're gonna say? I don't see anything different. I see the same thing because that's all you see. You don't see anything else. That's all you see.
Yeah.
A lot of Americans don't understand their value as an American.
It's a great passport. The
Yeah.
only the only passport that's better is probably a British passport. I don't know about an Israeli passport. Hypocrisy could come up and tell us, but I remember one time you had a British passport, bro. You had access to the entire planet, and the American passport is just as important. Just don't go to the Middle East or anywhere they hate your guts. And then the Canadian passport is pretty good as well.
No, I
Um,
mean
um,
British
I'm gonna,
British passport is as powerful as America, but America, remember, America, it has the prestige, it has the glory. So think about this. I'll take an example in Africa. There is someone from Great Britain and from America. Who do you think is gonna get people come to America? It's America.
You know what though? I was listening to a rapper. There's a rapper by the name of Immortal Technique. You know, he's a
Yeah, I know.
rapper.
Yeah.
He, yeah, and I was just I want to buy his albums, but not now. Maybe next year. You know, I gotta be careful with money. But he was saying and I agree with him. The idea of America, man, it was a great idea, man. But somewhere along the line, that idea got co-opted, right? Because every other group, has gotten a fair chance. And I'm gonna say it, man, except for the blacks. Like every other group, every other group got reparations, right? Like Israel got reparations from Germany, whether they wanted to or not. The Japanese got reparations. You know what I mean? You name it. Every group that has been disrespected has gotten their reparations, with the exception of the native Indians, even though they still have reservations, and the blacks. And then Fantastic was saying something the other day. I'm gonna talk to him about this. He was talking about Japan. You know how Japan got nuked, and how
Yeah.
the Japanese are not complaining. But I don't know. I think it's called the Marshall Plan. I don't know what it's called. I'll get the name for you. But the America, once when Germany and Japan were destroyed, America put in money and rebuilt them. Right? Like America spent money to rebuild those societies. Yet everything they did to the blacks here in the United States, they've done nothing to rebuild them. I don't think that's fair. And but you know what? Akon said, if they haven't helped you now, they're never gonna help you. So basically, blacks are just gonna have to help themselves and figure it out. But it's just it's just the hypocrisy, man. Sorry, no pun intended.
No, hypocrisy. Yeah. Yeah, it's all his fault, man. Hypocrisy over there in the chat, retracting things and everything. But that's what I say. How can you ask your oppressor to help you when he got his foot on your neck? That's why I say it's an oxymoron. It's like us Congolese people asking Belgium for reparation for the damage King Leopold and his sons did. There's no price. Think about this. For what they've done, there is no price. You can't put a price on the crimes. You can't. There's It's priceless. Even putting value on it's an insult. Think about it. It's like if you see the thing about it, you say, yeah, look, you can put out the money in the world. It's not gonna value the damage that's been done, the trauma. You can't. But like I say, we leave that quote unquote reparation topics for all the time because that conversation get heated. They'll be like, you ain't Black American, you ain't African, you can't talk about this. And I'm like, you I thought you knew your quote unquote enemy. I guess you thought wrong. I'm like, look, travel, look from the outside in, see what America, the symbol of America is. Do you look? You have Europeans who come to America. They don't want to go back to their own country. They want to stay here. Yeah, of course, you got some who want to go back because they got things like business and stuff. But many of the quote unquote lower class, when they come to America, they don't want to go back to their country. They want to stay here because the American dream. It's like people are sold in that dream, so they come here. Like, and I tell people, I'm like, thinking back, right? Because America has a lot of things established. That's why America is number one.
But can I say this as well?
Yeah,
Fasting.
go ahead.
The
Yeah.
the, Euro- the Europeans that came to the Americas were running from Europe. Like I don't have my history together. Sorry, guys, I forgot a lot of things that I've studied. But like the Inquisition and what the Catholic Church was doing, and just what the kings and stuff like that were doing in England, they ran, man. All the Italians, all the Germans, all the Belgians. It was the poor people that ran here, because they could not take it over there. The plague, the Black Plague and all that stuff, right? They couldn't take it over there, so they ran for a new opportunity, and they came here. But it was the poor that came here. But it's just fascinating how things have changed. You know what I mean? How we forget. You know what I mean? How the Irish were called, black. They were considered black. They were, even they faced racism in England, and they all ran over here. So how easily these generations later forgot who they were and how they were treated. That's all. I just want to add that.
Yeah. Hey, Vision, you're gonna be on the panel for a few minutes. Let me call back. I guess somebody was trying to call me. So what I'll do is while I'm away, I'm gonna be playing a music video I made with
Sure, sure.
effects. So let me
Uh,
share
wh-
the screen.
how come nobody else is coming up? I can't stay long. I can't talk loud at night. My
Yeah,
roommates get pissed off.
that's all
They
right.
get pissed off, and we start fighting and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
it can get very dangerous.
I'm gonna share the the video.
Yeah,
Uh,
share
probably,
anything you want. I don't have anything to add. I'm just chilling.
yeah. And then what I do is I'll change the audio format. So if you try to speak, it's gonna be an echo. So on mute. That's fine. Okay. I'm gonna play. I'll be back. Let me try to call this. While you guys enjoy this, so hold on one second. I'm back. Let's see. Yeah, I tried to get.
Hey, oh, the
The
echo is
echo
back
is.
on.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. Okay. Is it gone?
Is it gone? Yeah, it's gone. I heard the line. Someone said a line. Hypocrisy said it. This shows that humanity was a mistake, and that's an interesting statement to make. I once heard. Wait. Let me say this. I once heard somewhere that God doesn't make mistakes, so we need
Mm.
to figure out what went wrong. God doesn't make mistakes if you believe in God. I don't know if I believe in a God or
No,
not, but
hypocrisy doesn't believe in God. He's
oh,
atheist.
okay. Oh, okay. That's why. That makes sense. That the
uh,
nature doesn't make mistakes. We're here for a reason. Building skyscrapers, the cars on the road. Yeah,
was
we separated from nature.
Ginger said she hate the movie Dirty Dancing. Speaking about movies, I saw last weekend. I saw Patrick Swayze's my favorite movie from him, Ghost. Have you seen that movie, Vision? Ghost.
With Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, Whoopi
Yeah,
Goldberg. Yeah,
I saw when I was young. Oh, the bat phone again. Commissioner
hold on one second. Let me. Hey, you got the show. Hold on, Vision. I'll be back.
Commissioner Gordon is calling fasting. So fasting's got to report for duty. The who banging in Gotham, so he's got to go fix some things. Or Chicago now. Chicago. But well, I don't really have much else to say. I just came up here to chill. So how does everybody feel with this little stream team breaking up? For those of you who follow, we got different factions now. Different crews have separated, which is quite interesting. Aegon was on Kuda's channel last night, getting at the game guys. That was quite fascinating. I kind of fell asleep watching that. So I'm sort of just watching both sides, do their thing. So, you got the game side, you got a lot of pimps on that side for whatever reason, saying what they're saying. And then the other side is saying, get your life together, everything else will follow. I support that you get your life together, you focus, stay on your purpose. And, fortunately or unfortunately, we live in a world where you got to make money to do things, you know what I mean? Depending on what you're into, right? If you like fancy cars, want fancy homes, want to be able to go anywhere in the world, travel, you're gonna have to find your way. Now, working isn't always the best way to do it. You can be an entrepreneur, you can be a content creator, you can be an inventor. There's many ways. There's obstacles, of course, but if it was easy, we'd all be able to do it. Or you can do it the working route, right? White collar is not for you. Blue collar is an option for the young people out there. I actually suggest to all you young men in this space, I don't know how many of you are here today, get into the blue collar, whether it's HVAC, heating, whether HVAC heating, ventilating, air conditioning and cooling and all that stuff. Becoming an electrician is what I would recommend. Plumbing, if you can deal with the smell, that's another good sector for now. And yeah, go get that money. And then, in the trades, sometimes depending on where you are, the company will pay for your education. And then yeah, you can just get that fast track to money, and you'll come out of school. This is for men, of course. You'll come out of school with less debt, and boom, you can just go do your thing. Now, if you do have the brain power or the intelligence and all that good stuff, I would say get into automation. That's number one. Get into cybersecurity for sure. That's they're gonna have to police the internet real soon. So that's an excellent sector. Robotics is another excellent sector. I would say quantum computing, but that's my bias in those sectors. So yeah, go for it, and then make your life work, man. Nobody's gonna give you anything. No one's gonna hand you anything. A lot of us don't have. They always speak on generational wealth. I'm gonna speak on generational knowledge. People in this sector have their grandparents around. Examples are MOT, King Sigma, Game Changer. These are the few people I can think of that their grandfathers were around in their lives, and then their parents were around, and you can see in their behavior and in the way they operate in this space. And then others just come from single parent households, and it doesn't mean you're not going to figure it out. you know um you know Also, not having fathers in the home is a major issue for the Black community, in North America in particular. Zero and all these people have already detailed why that is. Feminism being one aspect, right? Welfare system. So and just some of these women just not knowing that they're just pawns in a greater game. So that's really all I have to say. Didn't expect to have the stage to myself, so I'm just freestyling. I didn't really have anything written down. You know what I mean? So just talking. Um, Speaking of other cultures, I just bought these two books recently. It's a book called An Empire of Their Own. How the Jews Invented Hollywood. So these are safe books, so you don't gotta worry. I do have dangerous books, but I don't promote them in this space. And then another one I just bought is called Hollywood Godfather: My Life in the Movies and the Mob by Gianni Russo with Patrick Picardo, right? So like these the Italian community is pretty strong where I'm at here in up here in Canada. Also, the Jewish community is very strong, very very strong, very strong. They pretty much own everything out here, and so that's just people hustling and getting their lives together. So until fasting gets back, I'll show you the books. These are safe books, guys, so you don't have to worry. So this is a book right here I recommend. You should study every culture. He has a very fascinating story. Of course, it's a mafia story. And then this is the other book that I recommend. Just check out. This is called How the Jews Invented Hollywood: An Empire of Their Own. And I haven't read it yet, but I'm not going to be reading for a while. I'm actually going to be taking a break. But I am a book collector. That's one thing I do collect is books. That's my thing. And I'll probably get back on reading. Right now I'm focusing on A+. I've slowed down. I did get a little bit lazy, but I'll get back on point. You know what I mean? And so I find reading fundamental. I like to learn history. Learn what went wrong, learn why the world works the way it does, and yeah, just basic. And then speak to like-minded people, and then figure out what really went wrong, like why we are in the position that we are in as Black people. Don't like the position we're in, but and hopefully one day we can figure it out and get our lives together. Those who are willing, of course, and those who are not, well, do you, right? I've had friends up here, they got into the drug game. A lot of them haven't survived. A lot of them are, didn't get far in life. And yeah, to each his own is what I'm trying to say. Other books that I have not completed yet, but I'll share with you until we wait till fasting gets back is, this is another interesting book, right? These are all books written by Europeans. Although I am pro-Black as hell, I don't show my pro-Black books anymore. There's no need. But these are just like regular, safe books. These books here were recommended by Zero, so I did go out and get them. So this is the book that Zero always talks about. Marco has this one as well. I think Marco's reading this one currently, if I'm not mistaken. Marco's reading this one, and this is the second part that I'll get to. I'm not going to get to all these books, let's say this year, but I'm probably going to get to them next year. And then every book I have every plan on reading, but I've had to take a break just for a short bit. I do go through my A+ book and Net Plus for all you IT guys out there. You know what I'm talking about. And I just, I like reading, I like learning, but sometimes you have to slow down in life and just, take it bit by bit to save you. I'm actually looking for one book that I'm really reading right now. See if I can find that book. Yeah, here it is. This is the book that I'm really into right now. There's two books actually I'm into. Like, these are the books that I was reading hard, reading very hard as we wait for fasting to get back. So you guys are not gonna like the title, but I'll share it. Human nature is something you need to study. People. So this is another one right here. This is an interesting book right here. I really recommend you get this. This one was recommended to me by Art of Ibmore. Art of Ibmore recommended this book, and as you can see, I'm kind of quite far. Highlighted some things. It's a really good book. And then this one here is also another one I recommend. Post-traumatic slave syndrome by Dr. Joy DeGruy. It's another good one. See, I got some highlights there. Hey, look at this Congolese here. I always make fun of fasting. So yeah, if you want to know what's going on here, look at this. This is a Congolese. He was put in a Brooklyn prison, a jungle in the zoo because of what people thought of these kind of people in the past. But we won't go there. But just to show you that I am serious about what I talk about. And so I recommend that book. I actually hope that one day somebody can write a book called Post-Traumatic Colonized Syndrome. And then for all my sports people, this is a magazine I had for a long time ago. And this is just like how athletes, unfortunately burn through the money. R.I.P. Kobe Bryant is on here. There's you guys know who this is? I forget his name. Marbury is on here. And these are just all the different athletes that basically, made, even Brady's in here. But these are just, they just made money mistakes. And you guys know, when NFL players and NBA players retire, a lot of them retire broke. You make all this money and, you did nothing with it. So yeah, you guys manage your money, man. Learn, when you make a lot of money, make sure you know what you're doing with it. Also, I would recommend Thai City's channel. I would also recommend the Black Brain Trust. They're always talking about cryptocurrency, and they're also talking, and they actually have I don't know much about weed, but there's another name for it. I don't have the name right now. I'm not watching the chat, so you guys can help me out. See if I can figure out the name. Actually, I'm just gonna go to the Black Brain Trust channel right now. I'll get you the name. There's some cannabis. Yeah, the cannabis industry. There we go. Never mind. The Black Brain Trust is really heavy in the cannabis industry. I've never been a weed guy, so I'm kind of sleeping on that. But like the cannabis industry, something you gotta look into. And then I think cryptocurrency is going to be an interesting thing because I think everything is going digital, whether we like it or not. I'm using my bank card more and more and more. I'm using credit cards and bank cards for everything. Due to this pandemic, when I couldn't go nowhere, I was basically, renting movies online. So I was just watching movies online, movies that I wanted to watch. And yeah, that's what I was doing. There was nowhere to go. There's no more video stores you can rent stuff from. The libraries were closed. Everything was closed. So everything is starting to open up again. But, I got used to using Zoom. I got used to using StreamYard, right? Talking to people, the social distancing thing was serious. So yeah, and then the Black Brain Trust also speaks that we're going to be going through a fourth wave industrialization. And Mike V was actually on Art Nassau's channel last night, and he was saying within the next 10 to 12 years, I go to Walmart now. I go to the dollar store. I'll go to the grocery store. Okay, automated machines are already here. So automation, watch out for that. All right, you're back. What's up, man? So yeah,
I was seeing on the screen you're talking about the books you have. So that's good, man. Sharing knowledge, That's isn't it wonderful? Like you actually had time to actually speak. You notice that you kind of slowed down how you were talking because you had the floor, no interruption.
Yeah,
hey, Gabe, hey, welcome to the building.
And I show safe books. So all the books I show are safe, because I have dangerous books, but those books we don't need to worry about. Don't worry about it, man. Just live your life, man.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Ginger, for coming to the show. I know you're a first comer, so don't forget to like and subscribe so you can come back, so you can see the notification. Hit that bell. It would be nice to get more people. And don't worry, you are welcome in this page. Don't be shy or anything like that. On this channel, I welcome everybody. We call it the accent free. So if you have a different accent, you're welcome. It's okay. No discrimination here. We only discriminate against assholes and bad people and super trolls. But everybody else is welcome. Everybody is welcome. But I mean, yeah. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Hopefully you feel better. I know you mentioned that you're in pain. That you had 3 surgeries. Man, that's 3 back surgeries. She mentioned that she had 3 back surgery, and I guess she said they all failed. Man, that's the worst. It's the back. One little mistake, you're paralyzed. And these people, like, man, that's what I say. More than medicine, sometimes it's a joke, man. It's like, come on, man. It's like, why do you have to go to 3 different doctors just to do a simple surgery? Like, it's a business, man. It's all business. They see you, especially if they see you got that insurance money, they're gonna suck it dry. That's how they work. The healthcare system it's a blood
Yeah.
sucking vampire, man.
She might maybe she can ask you for advice, right, on alternative ways to heal,
Yeah.
which I'm gonna try, right? But if fast, I'm just gonna show these last 2 books for all the IT people in the space, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, check this one out, right? Artificial Intelligence and the End of the Human Era. So you know what? Just read different perspectives, and then this is another book I like to recommend to all you entrepreneurs. It's called The Four, The Hidden DNA of Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google. This is a really good book, man. It's a really good book. Just tells you the story of those companies, because those two, when this book was written, it was predicted that those would be the first $1 trillion companies on the planet. And guess what? And they are the first $1 trillion companies on the planet. And Facebook was interrupted because the government intervened on Facebook. But the other Amazon, you already know, right? Amazon's already gone. Google, Google is not going to be touched. Apple, you already know what Apple did. And then Facebook was kind of the last one in there. But if you guys remember what happened to Microsoft back in the day when they got that a monopoly thing the government intervened because they felt like Microsoft was becoming a monopoly, and Microsoft had to split up. And I think Facebook got the same thing. So
Hey,
yeah, I just want to
speaking, look what Hipparchus said. He said, "Good book, but AI goes back to the '90s." No, actually, AI goes back all the way back to the '50s. When the aliens crash on Roswell and they gained technology. Hypocrisy. I thought you should know better. But anywho, I wanted to mention also, hey guys, check this out. What I'm about to tell you, don't be like, hey, fasting never really helped me out. Check this out, guys. For you out there's big baller, big money people here in America, right? Usually Black Friday is like one of the biggest selling point of American stores and businesses. Walmart and all major stores, they're not gonna open on Black Friday. So you know who's left? Amazon. So any one of you out there, if you have money and you're into buying stocks, I will recommend you. I mean, it's a choice. Get the Amazon stock because it's gonna climb up. The way they're gonna make money in this, because remember, I've been talking about what the pandemic, right? Black Friday is in November, the day after Thanksgiving. It's gonna be chilly. The weather is gonna be nice. A lot of people are gonna have running nose, stuffy. There's gonna be another shutdown. Winter time. Winter's coming. So the stock right now it's at 3,000. It went from um was it 2,500 or 2,400 back in May, and now it's 3,100, right? So I bet you before November it's probably gonna reach over 4,000. So for you out there who are millionaires and you got that money and you want to beat it to the punch, because that stock keeps climbing every day. It's going up and up and up nonstop. So if you got that money, I can look. I can't even afford to buy a $5 stock. So you guys, you guys out there who can actually afford to buy, let's say 100 stocks of 3,000 or 1,000 stocks, uh, don't say I didn't. Fasting didn't give you a nice tip. You can like let's say if you got that money and you buy 100 stocks of Amazon, so it's gonna be like what $300,000 or so. Let's say $350,000, right? That you spend on a stock, and come Black Friday and winter holiday, Christmas, and all that stuff, you know, and the stock reaches $5,000, $6,000. Who knows? You know, you'll be good because you got the money. You put the money down and you got the money. So hey, if you take my advice and you get some bread out of it, hey, remember me. Remember me. Let me drop another. I see the specialist. You wanna come up? Okay, I'll drop the link again. Drop a link, drop a link. Na 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 na. Drop a link, drop the link. Say, baby, don't think you did do. What is it? Hypocrisy. You crack me up. You say I'm not legally. No, I'm not giving an advice. I'm just suggesting. I'm just showing you what's coming to pass. It's a what do you call it? Prediction. I'm just giving a prediction. I may be wrong, but I may be right. You know. Hey, I know hypocrisy. He got the money, so he's like fasting. Thank you. I'm gonna get rich, and then he's gonna buy like 2,000 of them, and we won't hear nothing from hypocrisy for like 5 months, and then he's gonna come back and say, "Oh man, I missed this space." I see Gabe in the building. Uh, no, he was probably getting paid to give those advice. That's probably why he got in trouble. I'm not getting paying nothing for this. I'm not charging nobody to give them special advice on something. Nah, I'm a nobody on YouTube. Right? Nobody knows fasting is life. They're like, who's that? Who cares? I'm just somebody who talks about tinfoil stuff and fasting. How about that? Was it? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Can you guys hear me? Check, check, check. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Third War. He was here earlier. Shout out to Third War. Oh man, I don't know if Kud is gonna have a stream tonight because I didn't even see. Let's see. Did I
Yeah,
see?
he has one scheduled actually.
I don't see any notification yet. Yeah, I don't see any third
Oh
stream
wait, no, never mind. That is actually something scheduled for
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think yeah, because I know Saturday because the clubs are back now, so a lot of brothers are out there, out there in the club, tricking. Tricking
Let
is
me see if I could mimic the laugh.
Speed is games, I think. You need this game. You need this game, young fella. I love it. Shout out to Ism Oscar. You're funny, man. Brother, bro, you're funny.
Yeah,
You're
you
a
were funny,
character, man.
man.
Hey, I bet you if Oscar start a channel, he's gonna blow up because he's laughing, he's joke, how he talks. You need this game, my brother. You need this game. Did you could have tell him, could have tell him. I know hypocrisy is always laughing. He loves it. But yeah, the accent sphere. I know you guys miss me. I haven't made any stream because of work. And the specialist, I noticed. Did you get a new mic? Because I don't hear any background feedback anymore or noise like last time.
Nah, actually, I just set up an office, so there's much less feedback.
Oh, that's
But I did
good.
get a new mic, and that's going to be set up very soon.
Special.
Yeah, that's gonna be set up very soon because, like I was saying, I actually plan on returning to YouTube and actually creating content and hopefully staying free of the bullshit that we often see in the space. So I don't know when that's gonna be. Hopefully within the next 3 weeks or so. But yeah, once I get my work under control, I'm gonna be dropping some videos.
Okay, that's good, man. Hypocrisy. Why are you hiding in the chat? Come on up, Show us your nice what's it he say? You didn't do a proper accent speed panels. That's the first one. Hey, nobody shows up. Everybody's busy. Remember, we in the pan. Well, you know what? Maybe you get busy if everybody's forced to stay home like last time, huh?
Well, I mean,
Pandemic.
to what hypocrisy said, I mean, we almost had one. What was it? Last week.
Yeah.
It was Jessica, Marco, Nimblemint, myself,
Mm-hmm.
Aizen. We had a lot of people there, man. It wasn't the whole team, but
Hazen's channel, right?
yeah, it was either Aizen's channel or Jessica. I think it was Aizen's channel. And
Okay.
then we had one too with Smooth, but yeah, we haven't reassembled the whole team as yet.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know. Like I said, because I've been absent, and whenever I'm on the road, uh the adapter that could have recommended me to get, the thing I hate it because I think it's StreamYard. I can use the adapter on my iMac audio, or I think it works on Zoom too. I'll have to double test that again. But I was basically trying different things. It works, but whenever if I want to use StreamYard, StreamYard doesn't allow me to use the Zoom mic. It just allows me to use the iPhone built-in mic. So that kind of pisses me off. That if I want to use Zoom on my phone, I can connect to my freaking uh what is it, Zoom with the adapter. Maybe I don't know, because the adapter that I bought, it looks like it's the correct one. So what I'll probably do is I may, when I get a chance, I may go to an actual Apple store and actually bring my Zoom with me and actually try one of the adapters and be like, okay, I'm gonna test this adapter and see if it's gonna work with StreamYard before I can buy it, because I don't want to buy something and then it doesn't work, and then I don't want to come back and try to return. I just too much bull. So I may have to do that, but so far it works for everything on my iPhone. Like like if I want to do, like, the little voice recorder, when I use my Zoom, perfect, no noise. What? Like, guess what? People could be talking in the background, but when I'm speaking on it, that's what he records. He records nothing else. That's how awesome this Zoom H6 is. Like, I remember one time I had a show. I think I mentioned, I'm like, hey guys, do you guys hear like the noise? Like, because on my apartment they were cutting the grass outside. So to me, I'm hearing it from the window because I'm right. Like, I could hear like, right. So I'm assuming, I'm like, because I could hear it from my headphone because the mic is picking it up, right? So I was, oh man, I bet you guys are hearing all this stuff. And everybody said, no, we don't hear anything. I'm like, wow. I got my headphones on. I'm hearing, the in the background, but you guys hear nothing. That means this mic is not picking anything else until I speak to it like this. Yes, I am your father. That's not true. Luke Skywalker, I am your father. Yeah. So this mic game is strong. Like, hey guys, listen to Kuda. He's not joking.
Yeah,
Your mic makes a difference.
yeah. I'm gonna say, listen, I'm actually pretty glad that I took him up on what he said, because sorry, but yeah, I'm actually glad I took him up on what he said, because at first I was thinking, do I really need to do all of this to create the content? Because with the setup I have, I could, but what ended up happening is I picked up a job that was basically asking me to create YouTube content as well. So it turned out that I end up killing two birds with one stone inadvertently.
See, because this is look. This is the feel. Like, I'll put it this way. I know I mean nobody on this YouTube who cares about Fasting His Life channel, right? But check this out. I know for sure, slowly but surely, I'm gonna have people coming here my channel, because I'm like, it was mostly showing my journey, how I started fasting and all that stuff, but I started doing live streaming, like from last month. Sooner or later, because my topic is very, mellow and chill. It's a mix of religion, health, and you know, fun comedy stuff. The more people start coming here, like they say, the more people you have and the more suggestion you get, you're gonna change content. And my goal is, I'm like, hey, it would be nice where I can do this full time. And basically, if I'm making the same income or more from what I do regularly on my regular job, hey, I'm like, hey, trucking, thank you very much. It was nice and awesome traveling across America, but I want to stay home. I want to be grounded. I want to be punished by the hoaxy hoax virus. Stay home, wear a mask, shut up. You know what? As long as I get paid, I'll do it.
Well,
Mm.
what you might have to do to like boost some growth on your channel, try to get yourself up to a couple thousand subs, and from there that should be enough to start making some serious bank. Um, but something else, and this is just a suggestion, going back to what we were talking about earlier in the stream, I think we should have a lot more talks like that, because what you were sharing about oral traditions and knowledge basically being passed down through stories, and a lot of the stuff that you hear from the older generation, I would say that's something that I learned a lot actually coming up. I would sit down and listen to the older folks talk for hours sometimes and share aspects of history and stories that you never heard about.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and I think that's another reason why my channel. And I don't know if I think Angryman mentioned it. He said once you start camming up, you say that's when you're gonna see more boosting on your channel. So right now I'm not camming up because the laptop that I'm using, it doesn't have a good mic. So and I haven't set up my studio yet where I can have lights because I'm black. So if there's not enough light, you're gonna see smart, white teeth and white eyes. I,
I get you. I get you.
I gotta have all the lighting I need to basically, and I'm motivated because there are a lot of stuff that I really want to get, like my other room that I have. I really want to set this studio because it's just not gonna be with YouTube. I could do other stuff like uh since I speak Lingala, I thought about doing like reading like a Bible in my language because I'm
Yeah.
sure there's people out there who actually want to, instead of reading the Bible, because not many people have the Bible, they don't produce it. Our government is stupid. But if they can actually have an audio, I could look. I'm not the only one who wants to hear in that language, so I
Right.
know how
Right.
to read the language. I can read and make like basically Bible audio. And
Yeah.
I could probably sell it if I want to, because the Bible, there's no copyright. So I could read it and publish it. I could publish it. I'll be like the Lingala Bible audio and sell it. Have it for free on YouTube. On YouTube, people can listen, and at the same time make it available on Amazon. So people want to buy the audio. That way, they can download it on their phone or computer. They can do so, or they can just listen to it live on YouTube, or play the video. You know, I mean, but every like stuff like that, it takes time. You gotta have things set up. You gotta have,
Yeah. Yeah.
like you gotta have the mic that does the like if you want to do voiceover or whatever. So
Well, yeah, that's exactly why I got the mic. It's actually one of the mics Kuda reviewed, the Aston Stealth, because that's pretty much something that I have to do as well as want to do. I'm gonna have to do a lot of voice recordings moving forward. So I said, hey, let me just use it for the YouTube as well too. And then as it relates to the coming up, yeah, I'm gonna be coming up very soon too. And hey, just like you said, I had to get lights, brother. I had to get some lights so that you won't be seeing, like you said,
yeah,
a bunch of white teeth and
darkness.
a pair of eyes. Yeah, yeah.
But I, I'll say I appreciate everybody who stopped by today and those who came earlier. I know it's kind of late. I decided to fire stream. I know it's the weekend. Most people, they want to chill. Have family fun and all that stuff. But you took your precious time to actually come listen to me. You know, I feel so special. Thank you guys. You really love me.
Hey, and Mike actually brought up something pretty interesting that I think we could do or possibly even turn into a little series. Yeah, you guys should share the histories of all the different countries that are represented here. Most of us Americans don't have a good knowledge of other countries. Now, it could go way off if we just start talking about like any and every history. But I guess we could start at the points, where a lot of people kind of have gray areas or so on, stuff like slavery, World War I, World War II, how it implicated a lot of different countries that, we have here in the space. And we're not talking, the normal, I guess, history you'd have in your textbooks, but on the ground personal stories that you'd have from persons in the space and their relatives, because I've heard several persons in the space, have relatives that they, whether it's their parents, grandparents, etc., from those different time periods. And then even then, we could also talk about, just different, I guess, folk stories or history, like you
Yeah,
brought up with what happened in the Congo, because I've heard a lot of interesting stories similar to that right here in the Caribbean. Things that the history books don't say you have or did or know about. But when you talk to the older generation, they said, nah, we already had this, man, or we already did this, whether it's customs, practices, etc.
yeah,
So yeah, these are the kind of conversations we definitely should be having.
yeah. And the I mean, like I say, it's the access fee. So we have people from different background, and usually, I think, it usually come over the conversation. Like I know for sure, Marco mentioned that we should have like. I know he mentioned for me to have a show about calendars, right? To basically talk about the different calendars, and
Yeah, that would be
that's
good
an
one.
interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting topic too. And there was a show. That's what I say. I have a lot of shows that I saved. I didn't want to publish. Like pre-saved shows. And one show is about the hypothesis about time, that basically our calendar has a lot of fake stories added into our time to make it to 2000, but we're not really in 2000, according to this German historian. And he got basically flagged. They call him conspiracy theorist and all that, but he's like, no, how can I be called conspiracy theorist where I looked at all the archaeological evidence, but it shows there is no record of over was it almost 300 years of history that never existed. So he's saying a lot of history that we learned were fabricated; they never existed. So I think if I have a stream like that, it will be interesting. So because a lot of people,
Yeah,
they call him conspiracy theorist, but guess what? You know what's interesting? His calculation is so close to the Bible calculation. Like because like he
yeah.
came up with that
Mhm.
theory in the 90s, right?
Okay.
He came up with the theory in the 90s, but the Bible really talked about, it says there will be one kingdom that will think of changing times and laws. So that would be interesting. Oh, I got hypocrisy in the building. Hypocrisy. Hopefully you don't have any delay. He says he's not at work right now, so yeah, I hate the delay. I can hear, can you hear the especially? Can you hear?
I'm hearing a little something. It's
Yeah, I think
very, very
he's
I
probably
couldn't
faint.
say
playing a
anything
feedback.
yet.
Yeah. Are you on
Yeah.
your? Do you have it on speaker or are you on your headphone? Hypocrisy. Yeah. See. I hear.
Wait, you
I
hear
hear.
feedback?
Yeah, I hear the playback.
It's very quiet, but we hear it. It's very quiet, but we hear it. No, I don't think that a big a deal.
Because I know some people, whenever if they have a headphone, they will hear to play back, and then if they're connected somehow, I'll hear it. It's weird.
So, Judd, this is just a quick odd accent sphere question for hypocrisy himself. Um, obviously, I bump into you in chats about the place. How many languages do you speak, bro?
uh, Actually, I speak Hebrew, English, German. I understand Swahili. I understand a little bit Romanian. That's about it.
Schlanga.
All right.
Specialist, do you know what Schlanga is? Hypocrisy knows. Schlanga.
Nah, for me right now, the only languages I'm really familiar with, English, French, Spanish, and a little bit of Italian.
That's good. You know Spanish. That's good, man. You know.
I don't know Spanish very well, but I know enough to like get around and just do stuff.
Yeah. I wanted to learn Spanish, but I don't feel motivated. But because I speak French, sometimes I can understand certain words they say. But you know, I don't know. I fell in love with Mexico, so it's like I may have to learn, I may have to learn, you know, Spanish sooner or later. But yeah, I know hypocrisy. He loves the Schlanga. Schlange is basically German for snake. So that's how I'm teasing hypocrisy. Says he speaks German.
Oh yeah,
Schlange.
well,
Was
he
it
definitely still has a lag.
Ma
Wait,
fior?
is it
You were
Uh,
saying?
is it still delaying?
Nah, I think
no,
you
no,
caught up
I'm
now.
thinking no, you're good. Like because you responded quickly.
Is it still delaying?
Oh, nah, he still delayed. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you say you're not home, right? See. Every time, everybody have fun tonight. Everybody have fun tonight. Hypocrisy. He's always making us pause for like a while.
No, you know, I think
See.
I'm coming to find out it's the phone. The phone is the problem, not the internet.
Oh, you don't have an iPhone, right?
Hypocrisy inside his head right now is probably like
I have
Verdammtes
a
Handy.
modified. It's supposed to run Android, but
Oh, you got one of those.
I swear, dieses scheiß Handy hier. Raus!
Hey, but I'm not gonna push the German too far because I don't know that much German. I just know a few phrases and stuff. So.
Hey, I just always. Ha! Ha! Ah! Ah! What's it? I love this black and white movies. I can do a little German. See, hypocrisy is laughing because he's like, man, you got the accent.
Yeah, I don't think they're giving you migration with that German over here.
Why? Why not? I sound like the great leader. Just you should have. Hey,
No,
I should
you know
came
what?
up.
You sound like you got a failed blowjob by one of those lot lizards at the truck stop.
Ah, oh man, German is a very harsh language, but sometimes
Yeah, the sounds really harsh.
The woman with the spoon, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Come on, get them the island.
I don't think he would have spoken German though, but yeah.
Actually, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he knows because he's Austrian.
Oh
he
yeah,
knew German, Dutch. Yeah, he knew those language.
Oh well, yeah, well, okay,
Yeah,
Probably know more than one. That's true. That's
yeah.
true. That makes sense.
Here's another thing they don't tell you: his father was a Nazi. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
another part.
that's a different dialect.
Yeah, Austrian. Yeah. It seemed like it was the Netherlands. Was it?
Uh-huh.
They call also Deutsch. So it's like they look this Dutch dish, but it's different. That sounds similar, but they're not the same.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Hey, hypocrisy. Sometimes I'm like, these verdammt Männer in der Manosphere.
Can I recommend to you guys if you
He caught that one a bit late.
Yeah, the delay kills it because we have to pause and wait for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But make your recommendation.
Yeah, make your
Hypocrisy.
recommendation. Hypocrisy.
I'm gonna talk to fill the time, but I'm gonna stop when you start speaking so that you understand the situation. But yeah, whenever he's done, I'm gonna share a fun
no,
fact.
wait. Um, I'll try to get another device. You guys keep on talking.
All right, good, perfect. So yeah,
Oh,
Fastin. What I was gonna say actually is for me, uh, what I try to do, and I think we should probably even do a stream about languages, or a show about languages at some point in time, is that one of the best ways actually to learn is you have to treat yourself as if you're a primary school child or a nursery school child learning that new language. So you kind of have to go into it as if you know nothing at all.
yeah, that's that's pretty much with everything. You know, like Kuda say, if you want to learn the game, you have to go in there like you don't know the game. But
Hey, nah, but that's true.
yeah,
Uh, what a lot of people do, what I realize for a lot of people is when they try to learn new languages, they they try to go at a pace that's a bit too fast. So sometimes you actually need to go just like if you were learning, right up from nursery school or primary school or whatever. You pick up the basic books and you read almost like a baby, and you'll get there. And also, too, you have to try not to pronounce the other languages' words as if they were your own. I think that's the
yeah.
hardest part.
Me, I remember when I first moved to America. I moved here in 2000. I didn't really start to actually have conversation in English until my second year. Basically, I was a freshman when I came, but I had to restart because I came in May. I mean, I started school in January. Actually, yeah, no, yeah, it was December because I moved to America in November. So basically, I came in half a year, so I didn't have enough credit, and I didn't have enough. Like I didn't take any classes that out. I took ESL. Like basically, the classes that I took was basically just to fill it me in because I didn't speak the language, so I didn't really start to have conversation after almost 9 months. Like the longest I could do was hello, how are you? I don't understand. I'm learning. But it's like I was doing my own notes. Like I was trying to learn my own way. Like, yeah, you're going to English class and then you're learning. So it's like me, I can look at on writing, I can actually understand, okay, I can put the phrases and everything. But to speak was the hard part. You're nervous and you don't know if you're saying the word correctly. Like I used to say, the bus, I used to say bus because it's in French. And people be like, no, it's bus. And
Oh yeah, bus,
yeah, bus,
autobus.
yeah. So it's like I had to basically adapt with the American accent. Like Thursday, I used to say Thursday. They say no, it's Thursday with the third, like Thor.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's
me,
literally what it is.
I'll say
Stars,
Thor.
Thursday.
Yeah, I'll say Thor because the th Thor, but no, it's Thor. Thor. That's Americans. Thursday, Thursday, Thursday. Like the end, not the end. Like man, it was hard because I was like, what's the my lip? I'm like, I was a nah, but to speak like an American, you must speak like this. I'll be like, hello, Bob. How you doing? You know, my brothers they don't have any accent. Like me, I have a strong accent. Why? Because I speak my native language. So my accent it will never go away, man. I mean, I can try to speak it like an American. Hey, yo, what's up, my niggas? Yo, what's going on?
That's actually not a bad imitation, and that's exactly what I was actually gonna tell you. J'essaie d'imiter l'accent des langues.
Yeah.
You know,
In this sector, you know what I'm saying? Some things don't make any sense. I'm trying my best, to get out here and hustle. I'm out here with my niggas. I'm trying to hustle out here. You know what I'm saying?
but yeah, you
No, but
see,
it's like, Black Americans they have a particular accent. And like I said, depending on their location, like Louisianan, they have their own accent.
yeah,
Yeah,
down south, you'd hear something like Asian.
on there, and then you have the East Coast. Like I remember when I was in California, blacks over there they have a different accent, and when I was in Philly, that was another accent. Alabama, oh man, that's more country. Down there, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, wow. But see, I love it. It's diversity. Like some black people, like let's say if I'm not looking and they're talking, you think, oh yeah, it's a Caucasian, and you turn around, you see dark skin, like dark like a Sudanese, and they're talking. You know what I'm saying? So yes, yeah, I would like to take this and that. I'm like, wow, amazing. I see
I'm walking over here.
and be like, yo, what's on you? No, but you know what? I can do it African. Hello, my brother. I'm from Wakanda. I am the Black Panther. Come with me if you want to live. We have to live now, my brother. My brother.
Yes, my brother.
What is it? This is Nigerian. Hey, what is it? This what's going on here?
Hey, yeah. And a lot of my Nigerian acquaintances and so on.
Stupid.
Yeah.
You are
I
so
hear that.
stupid, eh? Hey, what are you doing? Get out of here. Get out. You mother sucker. I beat you hard. I beat you. Hey. Like it was it. Africans. I think Caribbean people do this too.
Yeah. We suck our teeth a lot here.
Yeah.
Always.
There's a YouTuber. His name is Mag Bit of Truth, and he does a lot of that when he's talking about the conspiracy and stuff like that. He'll be like, so shut your bitch. He'll be like, shut your bitch ass out. You with the masses, and he'll be like, I laugh like that. What's another sound like that's similar to Africa? Was it? Yeah, I mean, many Africans do it. What is it? I don't know. Like, I have to think about it. Like, but
yeah, they got some others that I've heard Africans do that we do in the
Yeah.
Caribbean.
yeah, hey,
Yeah, we do that too. Yeah.
and then on your forehead you put the little the finger, and then you squeeze it like you're taking to sweat, and then you do that little sound.
Yeah.
It's it's like we're separated from different parts of the world, but we do some things that are similar. It's amazing.
Yeah, down to
This diversity. That's why I love it.
down to the cuisine. Actually, if you look at a lot of Caribbean dishes,
Mm.
you'll see the clear African influence. What you'll notice though is that the all that changed actually is the ingredients, because the preparation method that's pretty much how you'll figure out what's African dish or not.
Yeah.
The preparation methods are the same. It's just that the ingredients change based because the region, if whatever crops grow there, and so on.
Mm. Mike Shinner, he said he learned a lot of accents too. Yeah, yeah, and the Aborigines of Hawaiian were black too. And that is another thing people don't know. I guess because their last queen, America, like that's how Hawaii became a U.S. state. America just came to there and said, they say, hey, we need this island. We're in war with Japan, and well, I think that was after Japan. Was it before Japan or after? But basically, America needed to have something in the
Yeah, a
middle.
Pacific base. So it's like the
Yeah,
United States
they
is gonna
like
commandeer your country
mhm.
in order
They
for us to have
do
a forward base in the
they say,
assault on the Japanese Empire.
they say submit or die, and the queen had to step down. And then if you look at her picture, she look like mixed Asian and everything, but everything about her is Negro. Woolly hair, nappy hair, everything.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is too is I don't think all Negroid people had the the typical hair texture that well, I guess we kind of say 4C here, right? All Negro people didn't have 4C here, but yeah, you look at a lot of those stuff and you'll see it. Something else you'll notice as well is, and this is what makes me laugh sometimes, is that a lot of guys say, oh, that's a European name, or that's a quote unquote white name, and they don't realize that, hey, some of these names actually were just acquired by, again, quote unquote white people through intermarriage with native tribes and so on.
Yeah, yeah. That's another fact. That's what I say. There've been a lot of intermixing through our history. Don't just get caught up on some stuff. Let's see. Oh, okay. Maxine just mentioned Sekuda is is live. Oh,
All
okay.
right.
So I
Oh,
guess
good.
I think he's still doing a part two, I guess, from yesterday's
Last night, yeah.
let me see, let me double check. Yeah, because when I went to general, I thought it was gonna be tomorrow, but I guess maybe when he said tomorrow, it was more like because right now it's the 16th. Oh, okay. It makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah, it
I was
makes
like,
sense. It
what?
makes
Okay, I was like, okay. Yeah. Yeah, we're probably gonna switch over there.
Yeah. But hey, this is good conversation.
Yeah.
Something else I'm gonna say too is when I was doing research for a story I was writing, fictional story, I was actually looking into a lot of the names that Native American tribes, Central American tribes, and some Caribbean tribes too had for different deities, and not just deities, but like just names they had for different stuff. And I realized, damn, I could it could cost me months to actually like look up where the languages intersect, and take a deep dive into the history and all that stuff. But I found a lot of interesting things. And yeah, coming to your channel and seeing people have these conversations is important, and it's been quite useful for me.
Yeah, yeah, it was. Well, I mean, I thought hypocrisy was gonna change his um phone, but I mean, I just wanted to have a live stream, to get you guys, see what's up, and that's the beautiful thing about this thing. Like I did it live, and then we got one new person who's new, and she says she subscribed. So that's what I say. Slowly but surely, you never know who's gonna be watching. You know, so
Yeah. Listen, like you mentioned, and I mentioned too, once you come up and you start yeah, pumping out regular short content, maybe 4 or 5 short videos a week, and then you do your shows on the weekend, that's definitely gonna help boost your channel. And once you get up to a couple thousand, you should be able to to make some sort of progress or profit off of it. And I'm gonna tell you for sure, once you cross a certain threshold, I'd put it at about 1,000 subs, with the kind of interesting content you have and the fact that so far, and I hope it stays that way, almighty willing, um this sector or this space stays as chill and how do I say, and it keeps the tinfoil aspect too. You know, I always got my tinfoil fitted on. Um, we should be good. You should be good.
Yeah, basically, like I think because I try to keep like the madness, and not only that, it's my channel is multicultural. People from it's not just quote unquote black people. It's everybody. It's I got Caucasian, Asians, even people from the Philippines who jump in here from time to time. They may not say anything, but they be watching. Because I share my videos on different channels and stuff like that. So I always say you don't know who's watching, and if you limit yourself to just one particular area, you know, uh, you know, you lose out. I want to gain people from variety of background. So I don't want to just limit myself to one particular group. Because it's fasting is life. It's anyone can fast, just not just a particular pigmentation. It's everybody. Everybody should fast. Everybody needs to get their health in order. Hey, look at Blaze. He say tinfoil.
Tinfoil Kufi.
uh, hey, hypocrisy. What's up? I'm about to end this soon since Kuda got the stream going. I'll probably have to sleep since I plan on having another like if I because I plan on was it going to the gym, getting some workout done. So I'll need to get some sleep so I can wake up early and then probably do my stream after the gym. But it depends, like because I know after the gym I may get like very tired because it's gonna be so. I may have to do it before I hit the gym. So we'll see.
Willkommen in Zurich.
Yeah, yeah. Hypocrisy. So, any lasting words since I'm about to end the stream? It's almost I'm hitting the 3 hour mark stream. Hello, hypocrisy. Can you hear me? Hypocrisy.
No, I just wanted to ask if it's working now or not.
Yeah, because
Hello?
because I think there's still a delay. See, I can hear
Yep,
myself.
he's still bargain, still bargain. Verdammt handy.
Hey, hypocrisy with all his technology, he can have a straight. Hey, it's not interesting, Kuda says, well, all the tech guys they what are you tech guys? Where's your game?
Nah, but that's actually something I want to address.
Mm,
The truth of it is this, and I'm going to say it proudly. A lot of guys, you might be doing something for work and might have a depth of knowledge in a particular field, but I'm telling you, work tires you out so much sometimes you just don't want to bring that at home.
yeah, I
So
know. I know this. I
yeah,
know the feeling. Yeah, it's like what you do for work is work. You don't want to mix it up.
yeah. So I know a lot of tech guys that you go in the house sometimes there's no TV, sometimes no computer even,
Yeah, they
and you'll be
because
like,
they hate
"This is
it.
a tech guy."
Yeah, they're associated this they're associated with their job, and then you have people who actually love what they do, and those are the ones who actually gonna have their tech home. Like a mechanic who loves. So think about this: there's a mechanic who loves working on cars. Guess what? In his house, he's gonna have garage. But a guy who just work at a mechanic shop just for work, he don't care. He don't care. He's gonna be like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So that's true, and that's why I kind of found the whole argument surrounding it kind of pointless, because guys who clearly had a passion about it were getting angry at the guys who didn't, and I was just there listening, watching from the shadows, thinking, "Come on, you can't force somebody who doesn't have a passion about something to have a passion for it. They see it as work, like you said."
Yeah, we can hear ourselves hypocrisy.
Yeah, I'm hearing it slightly in the background there.
Mm. Let me see. He said something in the chat. Hold on. Yeah, yeah. He said it's his phone. So yeah, you need an iPhone, man. You can afford an iPhone. Just get an iPhone. Join the dark side. Join the dark side
Hey,
hypocrisy.
I'm Android gang. I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, I love Android too, but hypocrisy, he got the money. He can afford a $900,000 on the iPhone 11. They said the 12 is coming this fall too, so we'll see. Yeah. Or you know what I could do? I could sell my iPhone to hypocrisy. It got it got a lot of tinfoil information, and I'll charge you $3,000 for it. We could trade.
Hey, but you mentioned the iPhone 12 dropping. When did you say? Later this year?
What's that? Yeah, I think like the iPhone 12 is supposed to come out this year, like before the end of the year.
You want to know? You want to hear something crazy? Although we the tinfoil fitted gang, so I know you don't think this is crazy, but you want to hear something crazy? After all this financial struggle, many people being broke, lacking money, and basically being held hostage during this particular time, a lot of people are still gonna basically sacrifice an arm and a leg to get that iPhone 12. Some probably even go into debt to get it.
Yeah, yeah. You mean like people are gonna buy it even though they're broke, right?
Oh yeah, hell
Yeah,
yeah. I don't think they're gonna see a big dip in sales.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, people have money. Look, Americans have money. Americans have money. Yeah, Mike, I sub to your tech channel. I see you got, was it the introduction to your new channel, huh? That was funny. He's like, press the like. I can't hear because since I'm streaming, but yeah, I saw it. That's good, man. Oh shit! Whoa, whoa, Mike! Whoa, whoa! I think I made a mistake. Oh shit! Oh what? Oh shoot! I think I. Oh man, did you see? Do you see what happened? Mike Shinnery, like, oh man, what? I was pressing the thing because I wanted to show. Oh shoot, Mike, sorry. Oh man, I
You
apologize.
accidentally timed them out.
Yeah, I'm like, what the? Ah, oh man, like no one I can. I was like, what the hell? Because I wanted to display his.
This channel.
Yeah. Oh man.
Hold on, I got it. I got it.
Shoot. Sorry, Mike. Like, oh, so whenever you put someone in timeout, it blocks. It shows. You can't see the message until they come back. Is that why?
Yeah, on you can't see the messages until the timeout expires. Yes.
Sorry, Mike. Oh man, Mike is gonna be like, oh, fasting hates me.
Nah, he just came back. He just came back.
Yeah, everything is gonna get bigger, and bigger. That's funny hypocrisy. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now his channel is back. Okay.
Yeah, I just
I'll
dropped
make
the
that
link
one a
in
mod. Yeah.
the chat.
I don't know what the hell. Okay, I made you a mod on this channel. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. I got. I made you a mod, Mike. Yeah, man. So I'm sure you're upgrading your mic too, huh? Hypocrisy, you're funny, bro. You funny. That's funny. Oh, he got another one. What's that? Oh, Caesar. He said, "This did you especially did you read his back chat?" He said, "Goom goom 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 goom."
I guess, listen, man, knowing how sensitive some guys are,
Mm,
just seeing that picture might trigger them. But hey, I
yeah.
know hypocrisy is gonna understand what I'm about to say. So these verdammten Schimpansen. I
uh,
mean, you could probably guess what I just said, but
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
No, chimpanzee. It's also in French. Yes, chimpanzee.
Yeah, Schimpansen. I'm gonna be saying verdammten a lot because that's I guess one of the words I know for sure in German.
I'll,
But
I'll,
yeah,
I'll be like, what's it?
yeah. But the more I look at German, right, I notice a lot of the structures are like very similar to English. So I think if I actually take some time to learn it,
Yeah.
although I'm still busy trying to, stay good in French and then also learn Spanish.
Mm,
I think if I take the time, I could probably pick that up too. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just learn to mimic the accent too.
mm,
And just for the brothers listening in the chat, I'm gonna say for sure, take your time, learn some languages, because if you get a chance to travel, especially after all this, we don't know
yeah.
exactly what's gonna happen, but after all of this, yeah, get your passports, travel, and trust me, learning a foreign language is gonna open up so many extra paths that you didn't know existed.
Mm. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, hey, thanks, Dion, especially for coming. Since it's already 3 hour mark, I'm gonna end it. It's almost one, so I can get some sleep and get ready for
Yeah,
tomorrow.
no problem.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the same. Pretty much sleep. I'm probably gonna have the third shift playing in the background and while I sleep, but it's
Hey, yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I mean, I usually do that too. So yeah, you guys be careful. Thanks again, Hypocrisy. Thanks for coming by, brother Mike, Blaze, the Unspecialist, Gabe A, Mister. Was it? Oh, before I go, let me spark a fire. Gabe A, I know the Black Brain Trust. They love you. I cut that stream off. They love you. They love you. So yeah, Gabe, keep on loving it. The Black Brain Trust. Hypocrisy. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Gabe A smile. It lights me up. The way he smiles, and I guess the Black Brain Trust they don't like that
Hey,
smile.
hey,
I can't breathe. I'm Eric
man.
Garner.
George Floyd too. I can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
Hey, don't let the pro blacks hear you making those kind of jokes, fasting.
Oh yeah. The hypocrisy, you ain't right. Get out of there. Oh
Get
yeah,
out of there.
man. Hopefully, you're gonna be over there, Kuda. Yeah, shout out to DJ Kuda. I'll see you guys next time. I gotta catch some sleep. We need three
Yeah,
hours, so that's enough. So
yeah.
thanks again, man. Hey guys,
No
please
problem.
like, share, subscribe, and enjoy the accent sphere. Stay tuned for more. And I pray that I have a nice I got a sermon. A lot of people are asking me about the sermon tomorrow. The topic is gonna be very interesting. So stay tuned. You see it probably between 9 and 10. It depends if I wake up. But I really want to wake up early so I can give it to you guys. That way you
All
guys
right,
can enjoy. So I
good.
know ADM
Peace.
specialist. You
Mhm.
have no idea what I'll do. It's gonna be a surprise. I know you're gonna be laughing when I do it. So stay
Yeah,
tuned.
probably. I'm gonna be there. Don't worry. So yeah, man. Peace, fasting, peace, hypocrisy.
All
Beat some nissen mal, and yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks again, guys. Um, welcome to Fasting is Live channel. So you guys be careful, be safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Peace out, hypocrisy.